Bama Shabam. There we go. All right, cool. Then we're live, guys. Then we're here. Bama Shabam. There we go. All right, cool.
Hello.
We're live.
Hello, everyone.
Guys.
Then we're here.
Hello.
Welcome everyone. We're back. It's been a couple of weeks. I see you, Nick. You hold that chuckle in, sir. I'm gonna go this whole game without doing one of those other two things.
Okay.
Here we go.
If you say so.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Fates and Fables, Gearhearts Rising. And as mentioned, we've been off for a couple weeks, but we're back. We've got a lot to catch up on. So do a real quick interview because we're on live, we're on the intranet. And then we got our intro to do with the other intro to do. And then we got to do a quick recap because there has been a couple of weeks since we have played. And then we'll get into the game. So take it away in the usual order.
All right. Hi, I'm Nick. I play Volt, who's on a train with a heart full of pain, getting ready to lie to some cops because fuck this day.
Okay. All right. Cool.
A bad day.
Hi, I'm Cody, and I'm playing Freight Ocarina. I echo fuck this day. I just spilled a bunch of my drink all over my keyboard, and it doesn't work now, and I'm sad. Next person, please.
I'm Kayla. I play Alona. She's an artificer. She's got a misfit and a whole bunch of issues, but we'll get to that.
I'm Crab. I play Jill.
Yes, you do. Next.
I'm Heather. Play Persephone, Sharon, Food Vanderoth, Kieran, Darren, the third, and again, fuck this day.
Love it.
I'm Kevin. I play Sticks, friendly neighborhood goblin, and I've had a bad day. Maybe fire.
Nice.
I've had a bad day.
Nice. I'm not doing it. Everyone else can, but I refuse. Goddammit. I'm keeping it. I'm gonna keep it real this session. Last session, I watched it. It was a lot of crazy stuff. I couldn't help myself, but I'm gonna keep it together today. I promise. We'll see. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. We're gonna do our real quick intro, and then we'll get into the recap, and then we're gonna get into the game. So let's do this thing. Pasha Bing.
I don't hear anything. I think you're
Nope.
good.
I heard nothing.
And we're back.
There we go.
So, let's do a quick recap here, and then let's get into our D&D sesh. Last time on Fates and Fables, Gearhearts Rising, the Gearhearts are on a quick expedition out of Scavenger City after they foiled some sort of plans in the works of this mysterious woman figure, the head of the Three Tails organization, part of the larger umbrella corporation known as the Red Buzzards. You decided that due to the not necessarily impeding doom of any sort of impeding meeting, wow, between the Gearhearts and the Three Tails, you decided that it might be best to not necessarily tuck tail and run, but kind of, and started to head your way back due to a recent text message, actually, as well, from, I believe it was Deimos, who informed you guys to head back to the city of Imbric, that there were some mischief afoot with the House of Rhodes, I believe. So given the circumstances of Scavenger City and the unclear text from back home in Imbric, you decided to head back to the railway, out through the Grim Mountains, out to the eastern exit, and take your Mextangs and run. with the benefit of a long rest, -1, Ilona decided to stay up, keep watch over her friends, and might have been a good idea that she did, as she was not necessarily greeted, but was intrigued by a mysterious man who continued to walk to and fro in between your rail carts. I believe it was like 3 times, like 1, 2, 3, and then finally on like the 3rd or 4th time, Ilona decided to stop this gentleman and ask, play a game, a question game actually, for some diamonds. And lo and behold, was received of the information that this gentleman not only owed some sort of large gambling debt back in Scavenger City, which is why he was leaving, but was also coerced by some sort of gang, some sort of gathering of assassins sent to alleviate the gearhearts in their sleep. He was more or less a scout of sorts to recon what you all were up to in your rail car and see the opportune moment to strike. After this information was given, Elad was given post as you all decided what to do as the rail car slowly started to stop in the docking area of the train cars. Almost said it there too, wow. And in post haste, you all open the doors in a flash, lock the doors with magnets and lodestones, and jumping on your Mustangs, continue to head out of the cavern with these mysterious figures giving chase. You then set up an ambush on the outside of the cave entrance, to which I believe it was Volt who, in his, what are we calling it? The
Volt Buster?
The Volt Buster? The Volt Buster suit, decided to act as if he was given up, left behind by the rest of his group in a frantic panic attack, to which the ambush was set. A battle ensued. You were able to extinguish all of these masked figures, all but one who you decided to knock out and tie up, to which the guards of this rail station have followed you out to the cave entrance, and that is where we left off, with the guards seeing dead bodies scattered across the ground, a woman tied off to the side. These 3 guards with their watchdog come out. Excuse me, sir, what is going on here? What are you doing to that poor woman?
This poor woman attacked us.
What do you mean she attacked you?
She attacked us. Yeah, because I chased her down, beat her unconscious, and bound and gagged her. Note, she's not dead. I could have. I did not.
I did not.
Well, from what we saw, you were chasing her down the hall. She was running away.
Because she was losing.
She collapsed to the ground. You then decided to scoop her up and run her back down here.
Because her buddies were still trying to kill my friends.
Who's in charge here? The main one looks around.
None of us is that
the robot's gonna
look
up.
I'm gonna draw the sword out the body that I've just stabbed and walk over to him very slowly while the sword's still on fire.
Still emanating off of you and blood.
Fire still opening off, fire, sword, and blood eyes.
This is great. I love it.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah, what are you? And they all put their hands down to their scabbards. What are you? Hold there.
I really, really wouldn't. We've had a very long and very busy day.
You're on fire. Why are you on fire?
I am fully aware of that, sir.
Magic.
Not to interrupt, Sticks, but you, sir, I really appreciate that you didn't just draw on him, because that is fucking terrifying.
It's fine.
Props
Ray.
to you and yours.
Now, we've had a really bad couple of days in your wonderful city, dealing with the infestation of rats. A couple of my friends have died and come back. So, these people here were trying to arrange a business meeting. Their business was to kill us, and we didn't agree with that meeting. So, my advice to you, sir, is to turn around and leave us alone, or suffer their fate. It's the only warning you're going to get.
Yo, that's a bit excessive, man. I don't really want it that.
Wow, go ahead and roll an intimidation there with advantage because you're on fucking fire.
Let's roll.
Calmly saying all these things. Intimidatingly calmly. Calmly intimidatingly?
Well, the first one was a 3. The second was a natural 20.
Oh, hey. All right, cool.
That's a 23 total.
On fire, folks. All right.
I don't think that's true.
No.
No,
Yeah,
is that not a PSA?
No.
Should I not do
It
that?
is for Sticks.
All right, fair enough.
This guy got a flame-proof suit and then set yourself on fire.
Okay, well, it's all imagination. It's fine. Not in real life. Anyway, so the head guard has been talking this whole time. The two others are behind, more or less just kind of, left hand, right hand guy. So the main guard's like, all right. Hold, men. Just, this gentleman clearly terrifying, and obviously maybe we're not getting the whole story here. You see them all like let go of their scabbards and kind of turn. They had this kind of sideways turn as they were grabbing, and they were kind of turning back away. All right. Well, what do you plan on doing with her? And he turns over and points towards the woman who is bound and gagged, right? Or just bound? I think she's just bound. I don't think anybody gagged her.
I think she's bound and unconscious.
Right.
So kind of gagged.
Questioning her about why she killed us, not killed us, tried to kill us, and so
You're
on
back
and so
with
forth.
a message.
All right. Well, if it was a matter of self-defense, I suppose that's all right. Well, at least you took your fighting outside of the railways. We don't need any fighting on the inside of the cavern. It's very dangerous in there.
Kind of learned that the
We
hard way.
did try to leave entirely. They were chasing us.
Well, we saw that. We just didn't know what you were all doing. You all sped off, and they sped off after you. I didn't know if you were racing or something. I just didn't really care. But when I saw a woman fall to the ground, I assumed the worst.
So you could tell they were chasing us, therefore had ill intent.
I couldn't tell they were chasing you. I just thought maybe you were racing, or maybe you were off in some sort of... I don't know. I just saw you all run off together.
Are you employed by the rats?
They prefer not to be called rats, ma'am. The Groundworks Corporation is the one who runs the railway system, yes. They also run the mines and much things in Scavenger City, of course.
They, in any way related to the Red Buzzards?
I'm not familiar with that name, no.
All right, we're good then. Don't worry about it.
I thought you probably should go back inside.
Let's see if Alona needs help getting down from there.
Oh, that's adorable. The crocodile holds his little hands up.
If Jill holds his hands up, Alona's 100% jumping off the roof.
Like a kid jumping in the pool.
Yeah,
All right.
100%.
Just for giggles, I'm going to need... let's see an athletics check. Let's see if you can catch her. Just because that's fun.
What is
He's a
my
10-foot crocodile. Of course we can.
Well, my athletics is +7, so 17.
Nice.
Okay. And on the other side, go ahead and roll an acrobatics, Ilona. As you
rolled good.
Well, it's a 15. Plus
okay, cool.
Something.
Like a kid jumping off the side of the pool. You put all your faith into Geo catching you, and right as your feet are about to hit the ground, he scoops you up, just like it's like when the kids are just about to go under the water. He just scoops you up off the ground, again. No, nobody drops or anything. You catch her, it's fine.
All right, put her down and
Yay.
start walking back over here.
Alona is pleased.
You see Misfit
feels
come over
she feels
and
a little bit better. What? He was gonna catch me.
You see him spin around in a circle.
What?
He kind of
Did Timmy
goes up to
fall
the side
down
of the
the
building
wall?
and starts to scratch at it.
Think he wants to play fetch?
Paying no attention to this conversation that's happening over here.
Misfit, we don't have time for this. We'll do it later. I promise.
He
We
scratches off
literally
to the
don't have
side
time
of the
for it.
building.
Nope.
Roll an
No,
insight check with advantage because it's Misfit.
Because he's my baby. Insight is 16.
Looks like he wants to get up on the building and do the same thing.
I love it.
Misfit, I know. We don't have time for
Spins
it.
around in a circle again.
I promise we're going to do it later. But right now, there are super important things happening right now. So
Persuasion
we're
check.
just
Regular, because
with advantage because he's Misfit.
No, because he's not happy with his answer. Be lucky
Well.
it's not disadvantage.
Well then, 10.
He'll lay down in the same spots. He's not going to move. He kind of rolls off just a little bit, and then comes back.
Fine. Be that way. And I'll go over here where the
Flops
unconscious
down
lady
into
is.
the dirt. back over to the conversation. All right, so what are you planning to do with this woman? I mean, it looks like you already took care of all of these hooligans, but you can't just murder her now. I mean, you left her alive. What are your plans for this?
We're sending her back with a message. They were sent after us. We want to make sure they don't keep sending people after us. We have better things to do.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, we're going to stick around for that. And they're going to kind of just walk off to the side over here.
Oh, they're tiny.
Yeah, I got to make a big one. They're just tiny guards. They're children.
They're gnomes.
They are children. They're just little gnomish guards.
Love it.
They're gnome
I
children.
think goblins
guards.
are bigger than gnomes too.
Yeah,
Kobolds are the
Slightly taller.
smallest. Kobolds are the absolute smallest player race. Actually, pixies might be smaller now,
I don't. Pixies.
but
are
we don't
weird.
call them real.
Here's what we'll do. We'll leave the head guard as a gnome.
Yes.
I love it.
He'll just be this little small guy here. Everyone else is human. So it's just this little tiny gnome with a little tiny dog.
Did I
No, the dog
pick up
is
a guy's?
human.
I'm trying to remember. Did I pick up a motherfucker's weapon? I think I did.
Well, how do you know what he does in his off time?
No one said they picked up any. Oh, look at that dog. Roof. Let's go.
He did. He
Let's
did
go.
knock
Disarmed the guy.
He did knock
disarmed
the
guy,
weapon
didn't he?
out of one of the enemies that were attacking us' hands and pick it up. I don't remember who it was though.
Oh, like one of the scimitars? Yeah. They're all
I think
over
it
here.
was the big guy, if I remember correctly. I
Yeah,
think he was
sounds right.
beating on Cody.
The big guys had spears.
Did they?
And the one guy had a great axe. There's one.
It might have
great-
been. It was the great axe. It was the great axe.
There's one great axe. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 scimitars, 2 spears, 3 spears, and a great axe. Yep, that's right. 3, 3, and 1. Yep.
I'll just drop the great axe because I don't care about it. Anyway, I'm gonna look through their pockets, I guess,
Investigation.
Yeah. Same here.
Investigation.
to see if we can find anything useful. I rolled an 8, so no.
An 8.
Well,
Okay.
And a 19, so 26.
And a 19.
I guess
so
it would be
no.
an-
Okay.
I guess it would be a 9, but I don't think that really helps me.
9. All right. So deal investigation. Big shiny things would be the swords and everything. You don't really see anything past that.
Eh.
For you, Sticks, of course, you'd see the weapons. Also of notice would be the masks that I told you guys about before. These white kind of, now that you get a better look at them, they're interesting in their make where very smooth on the fronts, almost like an ivory touch to them. And down the middle, there's this small gash where now that you look at it closely, it's not actually smooth across the front, but in the middle, it actually does kind of part down the sides. And as mentioned before, there's this black emblem. And when you look at it, it almost looks like a sideways smiley face. But when you get a better look at it, you recognize it as the black crescent moon of the shape that you have seen once before. Other than that, just kind of like these guys don't have anything in terms of anything what I would consider important. But since you rolled really high, go ahead and roll a d20 for me real quick.
Do it.
Just roll
10.
a little d20. 10. Between all of them, you find 100 gold pieces. Between all 7 of the bad guys.
$2.
Make you holler. All right. Well, if that's all fine and dandy with you, just to make sure there's no other shenanigans out here, we'll just keep watch.
I do an insight check on this guy.
Don't mind us. I'll be sitting on this large dog here. And he's just going to sit on the dog. Yeah, you can insight check. What do you want insight check?
I don't know. Like, is he trying to
Is he really a
snoop
gnome
on
for a
us?
child? Is that what you're...
Yeah, is he trying to snoop on us and be sneaky so he can report, or what? Like, what's he doing?
Or lie about us later.
Is he actually going to do his job? 12.
A 12? From the interaction you've had so far in this couple minutes, I mean, he seems just like a
Yeah.
guard, making sure you're not trying to just murder someone.
Yeah.
Your intimidation rolls are high enough where he's believing the story to this point of, if you guys were attacked, all right, you took care of business. Now let's not go about murdering everyone. Murdering is still a little different than self-defense, so he's just kind of just watching, hanging out, seeing what happens.
I'm gonna take the mask from. I think I killed one of these guys. Did I kill one of these guys?
You killed a couple of them, Jill.
I did.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Snake
take
stabbed
2
one in the
masks.
chest. You want 2? Okay.
I'm
I'll put
going
them
to
on-
take all the rest.
Okay.
I'll put them on my shoulders.
There's 7 in total. Put them where you would like them.
I want to stack all the bodies up as well onto a pile.
I will help him with that.
Ooh.
And then taking one of the spears, place the decapitated head on top of the spear on top of the mound.
Oh my.
That's a bit morbid.
All right.
And then I'm going to set fire to it.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
There's the sticks we know and fear.
Okay. It's going to take
Use
a
my
little bit of
control
time
flame.
to do that, especially in your smaller goblinish form. Is anyone helping you do this? Or are you just going to do it on your own?
I'll help him. After I put the mask on my shoulders to be a WoW character.
Okay. Cool. So
I like it.
Gio has 2 of the 7. Anyone else taking the other 5?
I will.
Okay. Sticks. Super intimidating. Because he's on fire. Okay, cool. Got it. Noted. All right, excellent. For the most part, you guys watch as they just kind of settle off to the side. They don't really seem to be bothering you anyway, so you guys are free to do what you want. You can start dragging some of these bodies over here. Ilona and Volt and Frey and Percy, what would you guys like to do while Styx and Geo make a pillow fort, but in the form of people, and then set it on
Corpse. It's a corpse fort.
It's a
Yeah,
corpse
right.
fort.
Anyone else a little concerned by that?
No girls allowed.
No, that seems very sticky.
No guards allowed.
It's par for the course, honestly.
I mean, I guess, but like, I still feel like we should maybe.
He's technically giving them a barrel.
All
I
right,
don't
you know what?
agree
Fine.
with it, but
No, I don't either, but are you going to go yell at him?
Good point.
Not when he's on fire, at least.
I'm really
the
considering
body's
it.
still on
Actually,
fire.
it's a bit fucked up.
All right, so I might have a plan. I might need your guys' help
You know,
convincing them.
one moment. I got it.
Okay.
And Frey's gonna like walk up to these guys as they're piling the bodies. Like, dude, don't desecrate the dead. That's fucked up.
It's not desecration.
This
It's
is very
just-
clearly desecration. You
I'm
are
just
piling
piling-
them.
Yes, I'm just
That's
piling them
fucked
out of the
up.
way and just getting rid of the remains
You
because
can
I've had-
lay them out politely, and you don't have to search their corpses.
I really don't care right now, Frey.
All right, well, you fuck off, and I'll take care of it then. That's not right.
No, I'm doing this, and the fire
Jill's
starts.
just like walking towards Frey to put the body down, going back to Sticks to put the body down.
I'm having bubbles making
use control
popcorn.
flames just to increase the fire and make it consume everything.
Looking you dead in the face, Frey, mask. You see Styx still somewhat illuminated on his blue fire. You see as he puts his goblin hand out, the fire jumps from his hand and starts to jumps off onto the corpse and starts to catch some of their rags on fire. Looking you dead in the face as he does it. That's it. Whether or not you want to do anything about that, that's up to you, but that's what's happening.
I forgot why is the giant X there. Was there someone dead right there?
I
we're
think so.
predicting.
So I think somebody went to go
something
cross
dead,
off
I
a
think.
dead body, and you guys did it exactly matched up, and you guys had fun matching the sticker with the X.
Okay.
I was about to delete it, but now I don't want to. I'll leave it there.
You gotta leave it be. It's important.
All right, let's get to interrogate him.
Oh yeah, that was me. I made the X, and it was almost like right on.
Right
So
on, right on
you
the
left
other
it.
X. Right.
All right,
Uh-huh.
so I might have a plan.
Oh no! Who did it?
Who did
Hi,
what?
Kevin.
Kevin.
No,
It's all right. We can...
Well, isn't he last?
Oh.
He's
So
the
he
last
just come
one,
back
so
in?
it's fine.
Oh, perfect. Yes, we'll
Yeah.
continue on.
All right, let me just go ahead and place this appropriately. Then, just a second here,
There it is.
and there we go.
Welcome back.
Kevin.
Oh, he's back. All right, I
We're
gotta
back.
remove that now.
There's so
I'll
much
put
fire
it
you kicked
on. Not misfit, not homie. They're good.
Did you try to put an X on Sticks?
I did put an X on Sticks because Kevin disconnected. Is appropriate.
Uh-huh. So, Frey, are you doing anything while he's staring at you, or letting that go?
I'm just gonna look at him and say, I just hope that when you eventually die, you're treated with better respect than you showed these people.
Once I'm dead, I don't really care. The body's gone. That's it.
And I'm just gonna turn around and stalk back to the party.
All right.
All right, so I might have a plan.
Go ahead. Yep.
It's gonna need some lying. I've wanted to do this for a while. I worked with Gio and I this one time when we were trying to get him to inspect some gargoyles.
Oh God.
Yeah, so if you guys want to, we can try it. I've learned some new tricks to add more deceit to it. It's up to
Can you lie better than Lona?
Oh, yes, I'm very good at it, unfortunately.
Sorry, why
Is
are
that a
we
lie?
lying?
So we can take the body and we don't have to have these people watching it, because if they work for the city, then there's no point for us to stand here, because they might just be stalling us.
That is a fair thought.
So if we take her, interrogate her later, then we can just have her walk back if we want to. I don't like not knowing that something's going to happen here. I'd rather be somewhere we can defend and then talk. Plus, you look exhausted.
First
I mean,
of all,
he's
that's
kind of right.
Very rude. Very rude.
You stayed up all night. Bubble said you played a game
I
with
did
some
play a
stranger?
game. I did. Yes.
Okay.
And I'll go to the guard and I'll be like, oh, if you want someone to sort of like, I don't know, confirm our story, there's a young man in there, a lad.
I highly doubt that he's going to admit to association with us.
Or with them.
Right?
Anyway,
He'll turn towards the other guard, and you're too far away to really hear what he says, but this one guy will start to walk in. But the green dog is following him, so all is not lost.
I'm going to whisper to Alona, you know, if these folks actually do work with the rats and answer to them, then you might have just doomed him to vengeance.
Lad said that he was planning on leaving anyway, so he's probably planning on leaving.
Well, let's hope he can run fast.
I mean, he did sort of book it as soon as we opened the
No, I
doors.
mean, like, get out of town before they find him and keep running.
Right, but what all are we exactly planning on asking her? Because we know who sent her.
Mm-hmm.
We know what she was trying to do.
Yeah, but if we want to kill her, we can't do it in front of the guards.
I don't think that we want to kill her.
Yeah, not all of us.
I want to send her back as a message of...
Well, we could just send the
leaving.
guards a message. That would be a better message, because then we're showing that we're not going to save anyone they send after us. We could give enough threatening so they won't send anyone else, because if they do, then those people won't come back.
I didn't say that she'd be whole when she left the message.
I don't think that the three-tailed rats care about disposing of people that they
Or
send.
honestly, if she can watch us, then she doesn't care about a message either.
I think regardless of how we send her back or if we send her back, she'll keep sending people after us.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Misfit on the roof and do the thing I did with Lona.
Yes.
You gonna put
No!
Misfit on the roof?
Damn
Yeah.
it!
Okay. As you walk, as they're having this conversation to the side, Styx is having his own little s'mores party. You walk over towards Misfit, and he's plumped on the ground in the dirt, and when he sees you comes over, he remembers you catching Alone. He kind of like sits up out of the ground. He just kind of circles around in a corner, shaking his little metallic tail.
And I pick him up and put him on the roof and get ready.
Okay, make a straight strength check, a regular old strength check, because Misfit's kind of a fat dog.
A little bit of a chonk.
So strength 14.
As you're like holding him up in the air, you realize that he's a lot heavier than you expected him to be, and you just like slowly start. Now you're kind of tall; it's like a 15-foot high, so you're like, and you like just barely, and you see him scratching on the side of the roof, and you just barely get him up over the side, and you hear this metallic metal on metal sound. You lose sight of him for a second, and then you hear clink, 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 over towards this edge.
All right.
Misfit looking down.
I open my arms and get ready to go onto my back because it's gonna hurt.
And you see him disappear back around behind the side.
Uh-oh.
Clink, 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 clink. Clink, 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 and he just jumps off to the side. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for Misfit, please. As he jumps off the side of the roof.
That is a natural 1.
That's amazing.
Oof.
And Gio, go ahead and make your athletics check again for trying to catch the construct.
Athletics?
Yep.
12.
12.
Low roll.
Oh gosh. Okay, so as you hear the clinkety clanky sounds, you look up as Misfit at the very end. You're expecting him. You actually kind of back up a little bit because you see, oh gosh, he's getting a runner, and you kind of back up a little bit. And as you do, you back up kind of like 10 feet off the side here, kind of like back over here, expecting this long leap. At the very end, as Misfit goes, misplaced, forgets that there's a dead body up here, and falls over it, much like a table that you all have encountered once before. Goes tumbling ass over elbows over the side. You could try to make a acrobatics check.
How would I see that?
Catch him. What's your passive perception?
21.
He and I see everything.
I am facing in the direction to be able to look out of the corner.
You would see. Yeah, you would see that.
All right, cool. As soon as he lifts off the ground, I'm just gonna feather fall and just keep having the normal conversation.
Okay. Are you concentrating on any other spells or anything?
No.
Okay. Cool.
But feather, yeah, no.
All
Feather
right.
fall is also just a reaction.
All right. Cool. So as Gio, as you back up, you see Misfit running towards you. You can just kind of barely see over the crest of the rooftop, and you see him trip and tumble and fall. And as he starts to roll off to the side, he all of a sudden just in midair slows down and just slowly starts to tumble. Misfit's like,
All right. I'll just walk over.
and just
back.
slowly starts to fall down to the ground.
I'll just walk over and pick him up as he's about to get to the ground.
He's just the whole time he's just slowly floating down to your arms.
Or so you just see Volt shaking his head.
All right, I'll put him down.
And just feel this sandpapery kind of metallic. Actually, it'll be on your metal leg. He'll just like kind of lick it. You hear this clang 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 as he just licks the side of your metal leg.
All right. I'll go over to the edge, get my glaive, and just kind of whack the body down.
Okay, you want to work on that? Okay,
Yeah.
that'll take you a little bit of time.
All right, so
go ahead.
is our plan to actually talk to her, or do we honestly not care? Because I think we know everything we need to know.
I would like to know if they have anyone outside the city also waiting for us.
It kind of looks very disorganized, if I'm going to be honest. We've definitely seen better ambushes.
I'm sure that she'll let the rest of the red buzzards know, but
Because honestly, we're either wasting time here or not doing something. We could just be leaving.
Just see Jill in the background using his glaive like a broom to get the ball down.
I'm trying not to look over there anymore.
oh, I mean, it's up to you guys if you have questions, but I don't think that we need to lie to the guards to pull her away from them.
Whack.
Person, I mean, I, to be fair, don't exactly make the bet. Do whatever you want. I just don't know if lying's the best option.
That's fair. We could bring her to Imbrick and maybe there's a bounty on her. We can make some money.
I don't think we'll gain anything from it.
Do you think there's a bounty on her?
Do you really want to drag her for approximately 2 weeks?
You mean mess with her for 2 weeks? I would love that. She would have to be stuck with us for 2 weeks.
That is fair, but we're going to have to make sure that she can't escape the whole time.
That's fine.
Whack.
Just slowly dragging it over to the.
So we have
the
just
barbecue
leave
pile.
now and leave her
Yeah.
with the guards. Or
I mean, if we leave her, then she has failed in her task and probably
Yeah.
will be severely punished.
most likely killed.
So either we turn her in for a bounty and perhaps justice is done, or
we send her
We
back and
have-
she's most likely killed.
Which I have no issue with. Do you?
Nah. She attacked us first, and it's been a really bad day. On a
It
good day,
has.
maybe. And for some reason,
Maybe.
Frey's being quiet, so he's not saying anything to us, so we might be safe. He's our only conscious at this point.
I mean, Alona's sort of.
She's in a bad mood, too.
That is.
See? She didn't say no, she just said what?
How dare you, sir?
But that is true. Most of us are a bit more lenient with our morality.
Yeah, and I think if we leave Sticks there anymore, he's actually might do something worse than just lighting them on fire.
After stick
Where
some
was that
jerky.
statement going? Alone is sort of what?
What?
I'll take
I
it.
said you're in a bad mood, too.
No, not you, Percy.
Huh?
You're also
Oh.
sort of conscious.
Oh, well, that's not a good idea.
You and Frey are the most
Sane?
ethically motivated.
I like that one better.
I'll write that down.
I think I vote leaving her with the guards, because honestly, she's not worth anything to us.
Well, we don't know.
Or we bring her back for a bounty. Either way, I'm fine.
On one hand, bounty, but possibly allies
bounty.
come after us.
Mm-hmm. Which
Or
then more bounties.
possibly. Or we
Ooh.
leave her and
Wait, don't the roads say that we're the bad people? You're in your town? So us leaving and
They-
coming back with someone who has a bounty would show that we were doing justice?
not necessarily.
Brick
You
doesn't
okay, Alona?
seem like the kind of town that cares about outside influences and problems. It has enough of its own problem. So,
That's fair.
hey,
I was
Kyle.
just-
Kayla can't remember what's the name of this group of people.
Isn't it the Black Crescents?
Yeah, that's
The
it. That's
croissants?
the one.
Like black croissant.
Not very creative.
Black
Okay,
croissants?
name. Black Crescent.
I mean, so the thing is, if we leave her alive, and if she really wants us dead, the
Okay.
Black Crescents do sort of stretch all over the continent.
So do the buzzards.
Are they really even a power anymore, though? Like, they used to be a force.
Just because you stop hearing about a force doesn't mean that it's not existing anymore. It just might mean that they're better at hiding.
Yeah, but
Well,
if we
they're
kill
not
her
a
too, they're
threat
still going to
anymore.
come after us. At this point, we have targeted from multiple groups that we didn't want to. Maybe
Some
Jill
might-
wanted one of them, but
Some might argue that not hearing from them makes them more powerful, but
agreed. So
I
are we
don't know,
just
it's up
voting
to you.
here?
I don't know. Don't
Should we flip
I
a
trust-
coin?
I trust you all better than I trust myself. So just do something. We just need to make a decision soon because I'm honestly tired in general, but also of this place, and I think Styx is slowly losing his mind. So
Cool. Yeah.
and I think Misfit might try to jump off the roof again, in which case I'll have to reattach a leg or something. So
Sticks, Sheila, I believe we need to vote.
Okay, 1 sec. Hour from the guard, some bug jerky.
All right. Thank you. What is this?
Jerky! And I start walking away.
He kind of gives it a sniff, like licks a little bit. Just
You gotta eat
hands
it quick.
Hands it down to the dog. The dog that he's
What's up?
riding.
What up? What are we doing?
All right. So
Yeah,
we're
just-
voting taking her with us because of maybe a bounty, or leaving her here so she can get inside and most likely get killed by the buzzards because she failed her mission.
Is she awake?
If
Still-
they
still alive.
don't kill her, then she will have reason to come after us and enact vengeance. And she might make sure that she has more assistance next time. She'll know some of our tricks.
Oh, is this lady awake? I was asking the DM.
No,
Nope.
Ah.
Nope.
One sec. I just walk up, just kind of pat the head a bit, see if I can get her awake.
Why are you trying to wake her?
See if she's got a bounty.
I don't know.
Not everyone would
yeah.
be aware of having a bounty on them.
Nope, she's still asleep.
Nah. Honestly, dead weight. We don't have enough space on the horses.
Okay.
Just leave her here. It doesn't really
Sticks,
matter.
leave her or take her.
Yellow.
Okay, so
I
he's a
saw that
maybe.
coming.
Yeah. So that's a leave her. All right, I'll go talk to the carts. I'll be right back. I'll walk over to them.
Yes, large metal man. What can I do for you?
Oh yeah, I forgot. So we're going to leave her here in your custody. She's not worth anything to us.
All right.
We'll let you know that she's part of the association that you are. If you can give a note to the rat folk in front of the tower, saying they did not do a great job, and good luck next time, it'd be very appreciated.
What do you mean she's part of us? What now? Who? What? What are you talking
Okay,
He
about?
so
was
the tower.
hired by the rats to come after us.
How do you know that?
Because we just displeased them.
Yeah.
And we have no prior association with them.
Okay.
Look at you kind of sideways now. What do you mean you have troubles with the Three Tails?
Okay, so we had troubles.
Mm-hmm.
They sent these people after us because they didn't like us. We dealt with them because they attacked us first. We then got into a conversation. You walked up. We're giving her to you because we're not murderers for no reason. I block Sticks.
The roaring inferno blue fire behind you.
I just step between that. So if you can take her inside and bring her to the tower, it'd be very appreciated.
And just let them know we're leaving. They don't need to chase us anymore. Unless they want to get rid of some people, in which case...
You'll see this gnome look at you all. All right. Fair enough. We will take her into our custody then.
Are you okay?
Can I insight check him?
Sure. What would you
I
like
don't
to
trust
insight-
this little gnome.
What would you like
I
to
don't do
insight
it.
check?
I don't know. He seems like he's up to something. Why is
You know
he?
what, that's where Percy would be like, I want to make sure that they're not scheming.
He seemed very questiony, and now he's just like, yeah, we'll take her body for you.
So
The
as
robot
you
can't
are-
just be persuasive?
As you are blocking that too, with your high side perceptions of Volt and Percy, you would notice that Styx did answer your question, but he's been just staring at this, corpse fort
Mm-hmm.
the whole time it's on fire. Just hanging out. His works just kind of hang out there next to him.
16, not bad.
16 insight?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you inciting too?
Yeah, I just want...
Ilona? I know Percy said
Oh, okay.
What's the point? What's the point?
What did you roll?
Well, I still want to know what you rolled because it's fun.
I rolled a 13.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's okay.
I
I'll
did
say
one
for-
better
I'll-
than I did last time.
I'll say for both of your rolls, you're just generally insight checking this gentleman, or are you insight checking? something
Just
specific?
making sure that he doesn't have something up his sleeve as far as backstabbing or gonna give, I don't know what intel he might be gathering from this, but maybe giving extra intel to the rats or
All right. Is that what you're looking at too, Ilona, or are you looking at something different?
I want to know. No. I want to see if I can figure out why he suddenly seems so agreeable to take her body to them.
All right, with a 13, yeah, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said, what's the point?
That's fair. You're 16 in terms of like hidden ill intent, Percy.
Mhm.
I'd say your only real like drastic change of a characteristic would be that you would pick up on the slightest notion that it seemed like there was a little bit of a head tilt. That's all I'm going to give you. There was a head tilt when you mentioned about Three Tails sent this person to come find you.
Head tilt like that's curious, or head tilt like, oh,
Well,
that's
16?
interesting?
Just a head tilt. You can take that for what you will. Yes, I mean, if that's what you all plan on doing, at least you're not murdering people. Again, self-defense, that's one thing, surely, but, they'll just start walking over. Dog in tow. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, excuse me, sir. Just, pardon me. Oh, excuse me, man. But please, get out of the way. Charles, just grab the man. He just goes in and kind of grabs
The lady.
What's that?
It's a lady.
Yeah. Okay, well, fair enough. He grabs the person. Grabs the person. There, how's that? And,
Perfect.
all right, well, there's nothing else here. We'll be on our way. And he just slowly starts to lead his large mastiff bulldog thing.
For a
Get
brief
friend.
moment, Percy is going to consider her siege bomb right in the entrance and be like, not worth it.
Fair enough. And they will head out.
All right, let's get out of here.
Back to Inbrick then.
Yes.
Road trip.
Travel montage.
There's gonna be a montage. Montage. All right. So with that, Gearhearts, you have this burning corpse pile. You have your mech stangs. You have these little sword, spear, great axe trinkets, whether you decide to take them with or not.
I don't, because they're worthless.
Are we directly heading on a beeline straight for Imbrick? Is that the plan?
Mm-hmm.
If we're on a straight line,
Yeah, I'm
making
pretty
a letter
sure
B
we're
is a
going-
good.
The fastest
Fair.
route, if
Pretty sure
like
we're-
going straight would put us through like
Okay.
terrain that would slow us, then we'd like go around whatever the
Yeah, yeah.
fastest route is.
Yep, you can
Yeah.
literally make
A direct line,
straight-
yeah.
Yep, a straight beeline straight for it. I did map this out before if that was going to be the plan. This is roughly a 14-day travel to do
Nice.
Flat.
that. I also did put in our Discord that if that was the plan,
Hmm.
if there was anything in particular you as individuals and or as a group would like to try to do. Now, truth be told, as with other times we've done long travels, if you decide to do something kind of sort of biggish, it will impede on your travel time. If you're just going to eat, sleep, mech stang, that's different. And I
Yeah,
did
well-
account for mech stang charge ups too, which I believe takes like 3 or 4 hours for them to fully charge. So you have to travel, charge them, eat them, sleep. That kind
Eat
of
them.
stuff. You gotta eat them.
Holy Jill.
No, I think the only thing I would do during the trip is have Sticks use the thing I made him, and then just take notes and tweak it the rest of the way.
Ooh, why don't you tell her what you made Sticks?
Time to go to my notes.
I would just hunt and get us
It'd
food.
be cool if Roll20 had montage music. That'd be cool. There's gonna be a montage. Montage.
I would just do what Jill always does and hunt for food for us, so we have fresh meats.
Okay.
So Sticks now has a little my container that used to be on my back, a smaller version on his back of his belt that has a tube that connects to a gauntlet that kind of looks like a wolf head. And pretty much he's able to put his fire and focus it through there when he wants to.
Did you
Oh,
also
since-
relate to Sticks what it?
I did.
The
I just copied and pasted what you said.
Specifically works. Okay, cool.
Since Cody's not here, do you guys want to try and plan when to take his mask off?
Hmm.
I think we should wait for him for that.
Does it-
Yes.
We do need to try that during the travels, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But preferably before we sleep.
Okay.
Because who the heck knows what Veyron's gonna try to do?
We should wait a day though, so that we have a revivifies in case worst case scenario.
Yeah, let's wait a day.
Yeah.
What? Who's?
And he's back.
Yeah,
We were plotting
What?
your downfall, but
we were
he came
plotting your
back.
face ripping.
That is not
Yeah,
very
we-
nice, but also I approve. It needs to
We're gonna rip
happen.
your face off.
Yeah, so we should wait a day, and we'll try it the next day, so we have all our spells and everything we need to do.
Yeah, we'll do that then. What do we want to do? Do we just want to?
Well, we
Rip
should
his
first
face
try
off?
first. We'll just brute force the first time.
Did I take?
So should I sneak up on him and then just try it?
There's gonna
Well,
be a montage.
We should
Sorry, that's
not
the way I
let
know.
him know when it's happening since Veyron listens.
Okay, so
All
then
right.
if that's the case, I can give us all telepathy except for Frey.
All right. The plan will be on the second day once we have all our shit ready. I'll
right
go out.
after breakfast.
I was gonna say night because I'm just gonna go out and pretend to go hunting, and then I'll sneak back into camp and try to rip off his mask.
So we should just wait for him to have the itis,
Wow.
and then we do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unexpected turn. I like it. Just okay. All right.
So, Jill, if you want,
Yeah,
hold on.
I'm holding.
I'm assuming all these
Double
conversations
checking.
you were trying to have while Frey is not and/or near and/or around
Yes.
earshot of you?
Telepathy.
Was
I'll
that-
just do telepathy without Frey.
minus Frey.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucked up, but I love it. Okay, cool.
So,
Guys, why are you so
on the
silent?
on the first day of travel, as you're traveling,
Guys, why aren't we
So-
talking? Where's our general topics?
Frey's looking around like, God, this is the quietest we've ever been.
He's
Jill,
probably contemplating a few things right now, actually.
Love it. Perfect.
Jill, if you want, I can cast enlarge on you before you do it. But the problem is you'll be large.
Yeah.
So
I can also give you
sneaking back
guidance.
into camp won't
What is the
gives you advantage on strength
environment?
checks.
What
and
is the
strength
environment
saving throws.
around where we're currently at on day 2 or day 1?
On day one of your trip, you guys left Scavenger City approximately 11-ish o'clock at night. It was a 6-hour train ride to get out to the Grim Mountains. So when you guys had that fight, remember the sun was just coming up over the horizon. So if
Mhm.
you were heading out in this kind of early morning setting, like literally all of 6-7 o'clock in the morning, your first day of travel will actually be relatively flat. Actually, a lot of open fields, a lot of open grasslands. While you're traveling on this kind of like southeastern direction, off to your right, off to your left, you see more expanded fields out, almost to the horizon, if you will. To your right, you do see more of a rolling hills kind of atmosphere and terrain, but for the most part, it is just Kansas at this point that you guys are kind of traversing through.
Styx, would you be able to turn Geo invisible?
Not currently, no.
I meant
Well,
like
I think we're planning
tomorrow.
on doing this tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
if I can't be invisible, if we make a sidetrack to a hilly area while we're traveling, I can use the hills to hide while you turn me invisible, or not invisible, large, and one of you guys need to distract him with conversation.
So
Jesus. Okay, no, keep going.
So if you want, I can cast enlarge on you, and then Styx can make you invisible, and then
I give
If
you
we have-
guidance.
no, Styx can't.
I can see things that are invisible. I can't make things
Mhm.
invisible.
Dang it.
Yeah, that's why we need the hilly area. So I'll just walk off somewhere.
If I make you fly, you can technically be super quiet.
Thought you were better at being quiet now, Jill.
A little bit. This armor helps.
You don't need your armor.
Exactly.
You might.
Yeah, he might. Also, if we want
That's
to
fair.
try it,
Mhm.
I can attempt to dispel magic.
No,
Okay.
it didn't work last time.
I don't think I've ever actually tried to dispel magic
I did.
on his mask.
I got thrown away.
Yes, but this time it won't be you. It's just me, so it doesn't matter.
I have
Ouch.
to say, every time you've used magic against that thing, it's fucked you up.
Yeah.
That's-
It almost
that's-
killed you.
It almost killed you and kills you on multiple occasions.
So about that, I was not actually dead, as it turns out.
How do you know?
Your heart wasn't moving.
Now I know what it feels like to die, and that was not what happened.
That's creepy.
Still, I'd rather not face a potential.
That's fair. I was also going to point out that if I'm around him whenever you try this, Veyron might be on high alert because he knows my antics. So it might be a good idea if I'm like, I'm going to go with Jill to go hunting too because I want to be better, stronger. But I won't lie.
More fishy than before.
Okay, well, I'll just go sulk in my tent. I'll go sulk in my tent and work on Misfit.
You just say you're going to the bathroom.
But yeah, seem very preoccupied with a project. In view, but at a distance. So that you can jump up and help it as needed.
I can do that.
Okay, so we might not need to distract him. I might be able to just hold him down. Worst case scenario?
The thing is, if he's like aware something's happening, then probably the mask is also aware, and I don't like that.
Here's the thing, though. He tried to help pull it off last time. As long as Veyron doesn't gain control, we will not have to worry about him hurting us.
Oh, we're not worried about Frey arguing us. We're worried that his dad will.
I know, but I'm saying as long as he does not take control of Frey's body, then we will not have to worry about defending ourselves from him in the process. He will actually be able to help rip it off.
Well, I'm sure once he feels the surprise and sees a gator hand trying to rip off his mask, he might help. But it's best to try and get this done in one go.
Yeah.
So maybe Volt, you can help distract him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you and him need to have a conversation that I would like to be a part of, but we got
that would be distracting.
Like we could make up another plan. That'd be fine.
I'm just not going to talk about anything for this day, and we're all just going to put aside all of our problems, travel in silence together, and then tomorrow, all the shit is going down. Yes.
All right. I like this sort of plan, which will probably... this is out of character, by the way. This will out of fail. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. So I guess we'll short rest. I guess we'll long rest for the evening and do it in the morning.
Yeah.
I was going to say at night...
This plan backfired on me so fast.
It did. I'm going to say we go through a day of travel, and we do it at night, because night is more sneaky, technically.
We just have to have like a big meal. That usually puts everyone at ease. Yeah, I do have some of that cake left with the special ingredient.
No. I mean, I think that would just make it easier for Veyron to take over.
Unless Veyron feels everything, then Veyron might also get high.
How's Frey doing with all this silence, by the way?
Which that would be a fun study. We'll try that one later.
If we fail this, you'll be able to try it. But if we succeed...
Cool. We have multiple plans. I like this.
Speaking of Frey, along your travels, I mean, is there anything you'd like to do on this first day of travel that... Now, would you be able to summon your lizard or next
I think the lizard was out.
Yeah, both are still out, but he's probably just kind of hanging.
Yeah, I'm the only one that doesn't go on a mount. I just levitate behind one.
Yeah. Who are you levitating behind?
Six, did you name your dog?
Yes. It's got a really long, annoying name.
Okay, that one.
I like it.
We'll just nickname him Buddy.
Sure. I like Warg Machine, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm only one guy.
That's too much Iron Man references.
I'm not really even technically there, so that's me.
Get out of here, God.
We don't need you naming our machines, sir. All right, fair enough. Fuck it. I don't care. It's cool. Warg Machine. Anyway, is there anything you'd like to do, Frey,
I like Warg Machine
around you that you don't know of?
All right. Like I said, a lot of it he's just kind of lost in thought about events recently. He's kind of like half-heartedly trying to teach Balthazar some tricks while we're moving along. Since he's relatively intelligent, he can take commands in like any canyon walls. He'll try to get him to run along and like cling to Balthazar to avoid falling off and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
you're doing
roll,
parkour
you
with your
roll-
lizard while we're having conversations.
Yeah, basically. Roll an animal handling check.
Okay.
See what kind of fun tricks you guys can come up with.
Can I get advantage on this because he has he's magically intelligence level 10 and can understand everything I say?
Ah,
I mean,
jealous.
technically, yeah. Makes sense. He's your thing.
He is my boy. Gives me a 17.
Okay, what kind of tricks are you trying to teach here?
Laid
Like
down.
I said, just kind of wall running, letting me cling to him, that sort of stuff. Flips, definitely flips. That'd be fun.
Okay, I would say with that check, there's really no walls or anything to try to wall climb out here with, but you
shame.
could definitely do some flippy doos while you're out here.
Yeah, man.
What
I'm
kind
gonna
of
teach
flippy
Blizzard to do
doos? Are you
flips.
trying to do like and like somersault? Are you trying to run like off a little side hill and try to catch air and flip? Or are you trying to like side roll and like barrel roll it a little bit?
I'm
and keep
thinking
going?
barrel rolls.
Barrel roll? Okay, cool.
Barrel rolling. It's a good time.
With a 17, you want to work on that all day?
Yeah, man.
Alright,
Until we
cool.
get this down. Phlegathon.
Barrel roll
The mind killer.
for Balthazar. Okay, cool. I made it to my notes.
All right.
The DM will remember that. Okay, cool. Anything else for day one?
I did want to try something
Okay.
Oh god.
that night.
Oh no.
Going off script, y'all.
Ooh.
No, I'm not going off script. Don't worry.
Okay.
Last time we did that, it didn't turn
Ilona-
out so well, so.
Ilona is going to
Dead bodies.
Ilona's gonna pray.
Oh.
To who?
Oh no.
Okay. Go on.
Well,
Go well.
I'm the only god she really knows of. Okay, this is a good question. Is Ilona aware of like a god or a deity that is like
Was there a Bible inside of the dome?
That's right. You know about Ioun because that was the library that burned down.
Right. But so I'm looking for a god similar to Tyr, but not Tyr.
His
Would be
brother.
kind of similar.
His
Bob?
half
I'm
brother
looking.
Brar.
I'm looking for
Tar.
like a god of like goodness and light and heroism and strength and that kind of thing.
Okay, roll a religion check.
Do you know about Tyr's half brother Terror?
That's pretty
Oh.
good.
Okay.
What about their sister, Tai? Or Tay?
Tide?
Tie and Tay.
Religion 24.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. So you've done a couple little researchy projects here and there with this background interest on your friend Frey. Through some of the readings that as you sit and try to think of heroic gods, Cheer certainly being one of them. You seem to recall in some of your readings from like in Imbric and even in Azeroth for a little bit. So Tyr, oh gosh, did I do that? That would be amazing if I
No.
did that. Oh, let's
That's what
talk
you get for
religion.
praying.
Let's talk religion.
Your bolt
Did
this
your
time?
power?
Oh!
Did your power go? Oh, there it
Oh
goes.
gosh,
I mean, my power didn't go out because
you're still here.
I'm still
Oh, that light
here.
bulb might be dying. It's getting dimmer too.
As I mentioned, Tyr.
That's be too
Nothing
much.
this time.
Okay, I thought that was going to do it. All right, so you remember Tyr is the god that Frey was originally company with when you first met him. So through some background knowledge and research, you learned about Torm, and you also learned about a god named Ilmater. And those three gods were known as the Triad.
Right.
That's the first thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, for Tyr, you already have a little bit of background knowledge on. Torm would be more the god of kind of up the alley of what you're talking about in terms of more so like duty and loyalty and righteousness. Ilmater is actually an interesting god. He's actually more known for like the weak and healing and suffering of really trying to like fight for those who can't fight for themselves. So these three gods that form the triad here. If you're looking for something along the tier lines, I would say Tor might be your next bet if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. Well, because like I know, like early from previous conversations with Frey, he was very much like fucked here. So,
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So she's gonna try to pray to Torm.
Okay.
So she'll be in her little tent, and she'll if she knows any of like the insignias or anything, she'll like draw it in the dirt surrounding her.
I'd say with that 24, just to give you a little bit of extra help. From reading the Black Knight of Augustine, you also know of the three temples.
But does she? Because she hasn't finished the book yet.
She got that far.
Shut up, Cody!
She got this far.
Sabotage.
So I'm gonna give her what she knows in far of the book. So the three temples that you know of, there was a temple to Tyr, Torm, and Ilmater out on the west coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you would also recall the symbol of Torm is a gauntlet. It's a metal gauntlet.
Okay.
So again, he's very much the the hero god, if you will.
Okay.
Duty, loyalty, righteousness, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'll draw some gauntlets around.
Okay.
And I'll
roll a drawing check.
That's a 17.
Looks like a hand in the dirt. Yep. That's good.
Yeah. So and
nice
and
little,
then
nice
I
little
will
indents where some of the knuckle pieces are for the metal. Yep. Okay. It looks pretty good.
And then I will clench my fists like I'm punching with a gauntlet. And then
This is
I
how you pray
will
to Torm.
Yeah.
and then I will assume the supine position that is stereotypical for praying. So like, yeah.
Okay.
And I will pray to Torm.
I would love to hear this. What exactly would you like to say to the God of Mighty, the true heart?
Okay. So hi.
Good start.
So you don't know me, probably. I only know a little bit about you, but I've heard good things, all wonderful, great, fantastic things. I sort of have a favor to ask, if that's your thing. I don't know exactly how this works, but I have a friend, and he's wonderful and strong and valiant and loyal and righteous and everything it is that you stand for. But he sort of made some bad choices along the way, and now he's realizing them, and we're sort of in a situation where we're trying to help him out, and he wants out. And I think if given the choice, he would choose to get out, but he's currently in service to Veyron, which is a being that opposes most, if not all, of what you stand for, and conflicts a lot of his good nature. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to try to do something, and I hope it goes well. But if it does go well, it means he won't have a tie to a power anymore. And I don't want him to feel alone after this happens. So if you could, I don't know, just consider talking to him or lending him strength or something like that. I do think that he is a source of good in this world and a source of light, and I think that he will change a lot of lives of people that we haven't even met yet. But in order for that to happen, we need to bring him back to where he belongs. So that's it. I don't know how to end these things. This is Alona, by the way. I don't know if I said that. Oh, his name's Freylos. Freylos Akra. I guess that's sort of important.
This is Alona signing off.
Thank you very much for all that you have done in this world and all that you continue to do. Also, if you're the kind of god that sends dreams and premonitions, I'm also working on trying to bring back the Black Knight of Augustine because I found him and I want to return him to his glory. So if you could maybe pass some information on to me as well, then that would be great. But first and foremost, Frey, because I think that you two could really help each other out. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how the prayers are ended, like every day of Frey's childhood growing up, too,
Okay,
honestly.
bye.
Just, okay, bye. That was fantastic. I love it.
That was great. Go ahead and roll another religion check for me.
What is my religion modifier?
I don't know.
Based off of your intelligence, so it should be, at least 5.
It was a natural 20. So
Oh, wow.
Five.
Okay.
So that's 25.
25, okay.
Good job, Artificer.
Oh, thanks.
I feel like religion should be like whatever stat a cleric uses, but I
Wisdom.
guess that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
after you finish your prayer, Alona, again, never doing this before, but seeing other people kind of sort of do it and just picking up basic observations. After you finish and with your sign off, you kind of feel a little invigorated. That actually kind of felt kind of nice just to talk out to whoever might be listening. You feel like you did, from what you understand, a pretty good job, question mark? There is no immediate response. There is no voice that you've heard in your head or from other deities or signs or
A biblical angel comes down from the heavens, all eyes.
The heavens don't part and celestial beings come down and anoint you or anything. But go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I will say, if we were at the night phase, I probably would have gone hunting for rabbits
Rabbits.
Oh, God, that's...
or lizards, I guess.
Poor Alona. She's really not very perceptive.
That's true.
6.
Okay. If nothing else, you're like, well, I mean, I don't know. I did my best. Felt good. If nothing else, you put in a good word for your friend and have no idea what it means or what it could do or...
Okay. And then I'll pass the fuck out.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm super tired.
Before dinner. Okay.
Oh yeah, she is
All right.
really tired.
Go ahead and make for me a survival check, Gio.
Yeah, finally doing what I love.
Is there anything anyone else is doing at the end of your first day of travel?
Grenades.
Okay.
Granatas.
Go ahead and make some tinker checks for me.
12 plus 11. Jesus Christ, it's been a while. 23.
23.
Wow.
Ah, see, I didn't say it.
I'm gonna kind of hover and watch Pierce and be like, so, what you doing there?
I'm making more grenades, and I rolled the nat 1, so he distracts me, obviously. Or he
I'm
goes to
making
touch
grenades,
something.
obviously. Oh gosh.
I just like pick up one of the
Gunpowder.
canisters, just kind of like
I'm like,
examine it all around, pour out all the
he
powder
reaches
shit.
for it, and I go, oh no, and it goes.
Yep.
It's-
Some of it like kind of flashbangs in your face. Doesn't have to do any damage, but it definitely spills out over the ground
Right.
and kind of mixes in with some of the dirt and stuff. There's
oh god,
no literal way to sift
hang on,
it.
I need
It's
to
just-
I need to see which one it was. If I was working on an acid or an electric or
That's actually probably good
So-
to know that.
shrapnel, fire,
What did I
electric,
catch, by the way?
acid. So D4. What's D4? It's D4. What did I say? Shrapnel, fire. So it was electric. So we both get zapped.
Okay. Again, since there's no real completion to the grenade or anything, you don't have to actually take any damage, but there is this as you guys are fiddling around and he's like Frey's picking it up, you're like, no, don't touch that. There's this electro shock that you all would notice between Frey and Percy. Just the hair that Frey has behind his mask does kind of stand up on end a little bit.
All the bristles of the boar head just.
Yeah, on your forehead too. Yeah, absolutely. Percy has like a little bit of kind of static hair on there as well.
Right. So
These are
look, don't
delicate.
touch.
Or ask if you can touch.
Fair point. I really should have. Sorry. So shit, I feel bad about this now, but can you make me more explosive cartridges? Is that a thing you can do?
I have to study.
I'm running
them.
really low.
I have a few bullets of my own that I need to study. If it's arcane, then I need to work with Alona. But if it's something purely mechanical, chemical, I can probably figure it out.
Do I have any of the original canisters left? One moment. He's gonna go
Okay.
digging through his
I
pack.
think I had mentioned before that I need one to study to figure out how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you did
need
too.
to take it apart too.
I've been
Gio, by
keeping
the
one
way,
of each of my specials too.
while they're looking,
Oh, yes.
you
Okay.
you actually in these fields, Jill, peel off to some of the. Again, you guys are kind of conversing off to the side there of some hills, and you do trek off a little bit off into some of these kind of hilled areas, and in these hills, you actually manage to find a pack of foxes, like three foxes, pretty decent size. They're just kind of like traversing across the fields here. So you find 3 foxes. Pretty decent meat on them.
Just chuck some javelins at them. Then just snap their heads and then
With the
just head
20,
back.
with that, what'd you roll? Like a 24? You see them
23.
running, and you take your 3 javelins and throw them all at the same time. It just goes as you just spear them all one after the other.
Aw.
Yeah, that
And walk
Caleb,
out-
that's 3 dead foxes you will never have as pets.
There you go.
I'll walk on over. If they're still alive, I'll break their necks and then head back.
You would definitely have to do that.
Ain't no point in suffering.
Brutal, but effective. After a short time of rummaging through his pack, he's like, oh, yeah. So he actually pulls out his hammer and like pops it open and pulls out one of the cartridges and proffers it to her. This is one of the last 4 that I have that aren't special. Magic-y.
All right. Well, I don't know how long it'll take, but I will add it to my list. I have a few other projects that I want to work on while we travel. And I will see how many I can make. How quickly do you go through these?
I haven't used any in like
How quickly did you go through them?
When I had a lot of them, I go through about between 4 and 8 a day, depending on how many things I'm hitting.
Might have to ration that, depending on how many I can make.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I figure we got time here, and maybe we can restock when we get to. Yeah.
When I get back,
Anyway, I'll stop bugging you now. Thank you.
So I'll put the grenades aside and start figuring out the bullet.
Okay.
When I get back,
you're gonna look at the bullet right now. Go ahead and roll a tinker's check on Frey's blowy uppy cartridge.
Natural 1, baby.
Kaboom, kaboom.
Gil just wants everyone.
Well, it wasn't a 1.
That's good.
Tinker, do I get any kind of advantage?
Not the first time seeing this thing, nope.
Okay,
Just a
fine,
regular
12.
old tinker. What'd you get?
12. That
It
was a
doesn't-
nat 4.
Nice.
It doesn't
Jill,
explode.
stop
in your
fucking me
face.
over.
You're welcome.
I'm telling you, Crab has magic powers.
With Frey kind of distracting you before, and now like working on this other thing, just kind of looking over at night. You know, it's kind of dark out. You're just using a little bit of campfire light to really kind of look at it. I mean, between your own cartridges that you have for your own weapons, this does seem like there's something that might need a little bit more time to really kind of figure out how it all works in terms of. You get the idea, you know, with your gun, there's a hammer, and you know it hits the back of it and it explodes, and but something about his, it's a little bit larger of a component, or maybe it's because does it activate on the hit, or does he have to pull the trigger and then hit, or hit? So with the 12, I'd say that you didn't necessarily waste any time in terms
Did I
of how
at
to
least
learn how to
figure
make a
out
new
if
one.
it's chemical or arcane?
Oh, it's definitely more of an alchemist kind of.
Okay,
contraption.
Something I can actually work with.
Mhm.
That's something.
I'll give you that much, sure, for the 12. But in terms of all the inner workings on one, being able to reproduce one in this moment, no. Might take a little bit more time looking it over. Maybe possibly another check at some point.
Okay.
Another thing, if you guys can hear from the music that I put on, is this evening does have a slight trickle in the air. You do, it's not like a torrential downpour by any means, but in this, as the evening starts to settle in a little bit more, you do feel this ever so slight, gentle trickle of rain start to make its appearance in the night sky.
If we don't want to get wet, there's a 20-foot radius around us. It's not raining. I could just turn off our area.
You
If
could.
I go anywhere else.
If it's raining, Ilona's actually gonna go lay in the rain for a while.
Misfit will come over next to you and kind of flop down into like the wetted grass next to you and just.
I'm just gonna pat his head.
I'll shimmy the rain. Stop
You're
a little
gonna
bit so
rust.
she can get wet.
Styx is going about 50 foot from the camp in the dark, taking his armor off, and just ignites his sword and starts going through movements in the rain. Just going to do that for like a good solid hour or so.
Oh well, crap! I want to go watch that.
Basically, like weapon stances and kind of like sword martial arts. So it's like going through the forms and the stances, and just slowly speeding up and speeding up. So there's just the rain coming down, his flaming sword going through the air.
Anyone watching that,
I have to watch that. I want it.
see
Yeah.
out in the darkness, the familiar sight of Styx's blue flaming sword, although you, even with your higher perceptions, don't really necessarily make out your goblin friend's outline, but you just see the arcing of his sword and the blue flames coalescing off the back as it kind of starts off slow and has this mesmerizing movements through the darkness, and over a course of time it actually starts to pick up, and the movements, there's certain added elements to it, so it's not the same pattern. There's a pattern, but then something more gets added to it. There's a spin added. Now he moves off to the side a little bit, and if you could see him, he's actually taking it behind his back and grabbing on the other side. But again, since you can't necessarily see his form, you just see the dancing flaming sword in the night, not even the night sky, the night surroundings. It's almost like a fire dancer, but instead of with a stick, it's a fucking blue sword, which is really cool. Way more dangerous.
Yep.
It's very cool. Go ahead and make go ahead and make a just go ahead and make an Arcana check. We'll go with that.
16 plus 7, so 23.
Okay. Cool. Sweet. So as this is going off to the side, Alona, when Misfit lays down next to you in the grass, he kind of looks at you, and are you? What, as you're laying in the rain, what kind of vibes are you giving off? Are you sad? Are you thinking? What are you doing?
I'm giving off major dissociating vibes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
He's gonna
You stop that.
I'm just laying there, focusing solely on the rain and trying to forget literally everything else.
Okay. So as he sees you laying there, he'll lay down with you for a second and kind of like nudges you a little bit. And when he sees there's no initial reaction, and you'll see him kind of just runs off into the night a little bit, into the wet. And he runs back over to you, and he just has a stick, and he just.
I'm just gonna pick up the stick and then just like put it on my chest, and then I'm just gonna pat him on the head.
And
Just
he
like
just
pet him a
pushes
little bit. Just petting him.
He goes like 5 feet off into the rain where you can still see him a little bit, and he just splashes in like a little bit of a puddle that's coalescing there.
Yeah, she's just gonna keep laying there.
And he just runs over and just like tackles you into the water now and rolls over top of you.
She'll let it happen.
I'd like it to be known that Misfit is the single greatest thing to have ever existed.
I know! Isn't he the cutest?
Well, he rolled a natural 20 on his insight, so he knows that something's wrong. He hasn't rolled a 20 in a while, so he's. And he goes.
I'm just gonna pat him, and I'm just gonna say, it's okay, Misfit. You don't have to make everything better all the time.
He'll run over towards where Volt is. As you lay there in the rain, he's gonna run over towards Volt.
Okay, 1 second. What's his intelligence?
What is his intelligence? I don't have a sheet.
Oh my gosh, you're asking me.
Battle tech dog lady.
How dare you?
Battle bastard, whatever.
I'm the battle master.
Okay, sorry.
The
Bad.
battle tech lady
Steel
thingy.
defender.
Battlesmith.
The disrespect.
Did
On
not
both.
take my class title from me, you son of a gun.
Steel
They call me
defender.
Smith. Battlesmith. Okay.
Oh goodness, where to begin? Growing up in a bunker alone with only her father and her mechanical dragon, Misfit, Ilona Lewin often felt isolated and alone for the first 24 years of her existence. Forbidden from venturing into the apocalyptic wasteland she was told lay beyond the bunker door, she often dreamed of having her own adventures. After her father left one day and never returned, she had no choice but to leave home and was enthused to discover the world that she thought had been destroyed was so alive. There was so much beauty, so much wonder, so many new friends to meet, and Ilona wasn't going to waste any time. She set off with nothing but her father's coat and her mechanical best friend to find answers to so many of the questions she had. Did bees really have knees? What did the ocean look like? I wonder if there are actually fish larger than dragons, like I've read about. There were so many adventures to be had. So why had her father locked her away and kept her from knowing such a wonderful and magnificent place filled with so many great people? Ilona made friends with anyone she had even half a conversation with, but soon found herself closely bonded with a group of adventurers training to be part of the Glory Hounds, a marvelous skill that she had already accidentally sort of stumbled into, but she is officially a member. Probably. Choosing to stay with these gearhearts, Ilona soon began to learn that this world was not as perfect as she first thought it to be. So many friends in this world would lie and hurt people. There was a darkness to the world that even she couldn't avoid seeing. But never fear, this girl was raised on fairy tales, stories where monsters were always slain, good always triumphs over evil, and the heroes always stand victorious. It's going to take a lot more than evil plots and devious villains to make me, Ilona, regret ever leaving that bunker.
Freylost Akra has always been a strong-minded sort, even from his early days among the orphans abandoned at the gates of Grimjaw's compound. He was hand-selected to undergo training to become an elite shock trooper under the God, Tyr, to maintain order throughout the known lands. He maintained this reputation during his training, holding a standing record for returning other platoons as lost flags, as well as a record for the most successful captures on training missions and the most, disciplinary paperwork for refusal of orders. He was an excellent shock trooper with a bit of a mind of his own, and may have risen high among those of lofty ideals were it not for that day. That fateful day, wherein he was ordered to take part in the summary execution of a small village of reformed criminals for not more than seeking a better life than the one levied upon them by the prisons they had slowly broken free of. You see, while the rest of his squad saw hardened criminals, Freylost saw people trying to make the most of what they had, far away from any who could come to harm for it. While the rest of his squad fell too, Freylost fell away, off into the wilds until he hit a point where he could run no more, drifting off into sleep. In his dreams, he was made an offer, a chance to understand why the world behaved the way it did, why it could be so brutal, so unforgiving, and more importantly, how he could change it. All he need do was step away from his home and squad, and continue seeking power under the guidance of this new force. He awoke with an unfamiliar mask, an unfamiliar guide, and an all too familiar need to take action.
Well, hello there. Name's Jill Ashwood Tech. My friends call me Jill. I'm a lizard folk, as you can plainly see, and this here is my introduction. I was born in what most Saskans called the Savage Swamplands. I, however, called it home, till I was run out for hunting too much. Ugh, bunch of bull. They were just jealous I was better at hunting than them. Where was I? Oh yeah, left swamp, yeah. I left the swamp. Eventually found myself in the company of some Saskin mercs. They needed some muscle. I obliged. Spent a long time with them. Grew fond of them. And then one day, they died. A rival company, the Red Buzzards, thought we were moving in on their turf. So, they killed all of them. Except me. Thought they could make a spectacle of me. So they sent me over to an arena to fight forever till I died. I wasn't happy with this. So, one day, during a really nasty riot, I snuck out and escaped. I got nicked on the way out though, so I had to lay low for a few months while that healed. Eventually, when I was getting ready, I heard rumors of a new merc company opening up in Azeros, so I made my way there to hide myself among them, gather some strength and information, so I can kill me some red buzzards. And that's how I met the Glory Hounds.
Oh, hi. I was told to introduce myself. I'm Voltao, a 15-year-old storm chaser. My friends call me Volt. I got the nickname because I like storms. I know, shocking, right? Did I get that pun right? Was that okay? Was that good? Okay, good. Well, I'm from a small island named Akari in the Sea of Radiance. My home is known for elementals fighting off the coast every 10 years. I was on the beach for one of these fights, watching a giant snake made of clouds fighting a water elemental. After that, I was hooked. It made me want to become a storm chaser. So I headed to the mainland to see if I could find any other storms that aren't on my island. Some people tell me I get excited when I talk about storms, but what can I say? They're so cool. I really hope that I can find other people who like storms. Yeah, like crazy storms, like when the wind blows from a cold to a hot and makes a tornado that can destroy an entire village by just going through it. Wait, we're out of time? No, but it was just getting good.
Styx ain't had the easiest lives, but what he has lived through has made him the goblin he is today. He was born and raised in this tiny village situated in the forest that surrounds the Shadowvale Mountains. Life was peaceful until the night the heroes came to visit and threw his life into darkness. Alone and afraid in a world he didn't understand, he sought shelter in the only place he could find, the ruins he had heard about as a child, buried deep within the Shadowvale mountain. Just one problem with that: the ruins weren't empty. The years passed filled with pain, fear, and solitude until he was rescued by his now closest friend Kylar. This fateful day would change Styx's life forever. He was no longer alone in the world. He had friends, he had a family, he had a cause to fight for. Styx is now a blood hunter and a member of the Claret Order, those who fight against the darkness and the things that would use the darkness as a weapon. His training now complete, he has decided to travel and expand his knowledge of the world and the secrets it hides. Eventually, his travels led him to Lower Azaro and the guild hall of the Glory Hounds. Little did Styx know that this one act of accepting work would have such a big impact on his life. Styx now has some new comrades and new friends to explore the world with, and new ways to look at the world. He has found a talent for magic he didn't know about, and through this magic, his familiar, Acheron. The shadows of his past are once again looming behind Styx, but Styx knows he has friends to help him. He ain't alone anymore, and he ain't afraid anymore. He's still the same goblin he's always been, but one thing he knows for sure. It's true what they say, mate. What don't kill you can scar you for life. But the drink helps.
Persephone Sharonford Vanderoth Kearney de Renard III, fourth child of Viscount Zephyros de Renard, daughter of the House of Blades. At your service. But don't let my good breeding fool you. My family not only rules Theros with the other three houses, but we also control its military. As a child, instead of playing with dolls and learning how to arrange flowers, like my sisters, I studied combat and tactics with my brothers, and I was rather good at it. Then I discovered engineering and constructed my first firearm, Requiem. Life was going well, until I overheard my parents discussing an arranged marriage for me. Having already been thoroughly disillusioned about the bliss that is usually associated with marriage, I did the only thing I could. Claimed I was going for a long visit with Great Aunt Rosalind in Upper Azeros, took the longer route by land, and remained in Lower Azeros instead. I calculated it would be around 2 months before anyone showed up looking for me, by which time I would be long gone, a false name hiding my trail. Unfortunately, I miscalculated. Far too soon I heard that my eldest sister, Calypso, was in town looking for me. My miscalculation, father's choice and agent, and the sudden discovery that a band of thugs have been seeking to kidnap Calypso left me less than ecstatic. I had little choice but to reveal my identity to my new allies, and escort my sister back to the safety of our estate in Imbric, hopefully drawing out the brigands in the process. So far, things are going about as well as everything else lately.
Class features, scrolling down.
Icarus is all up in your scarf kind of area, just trying to stay warm. It's nice to you guys. To him with his kind of cold-blooded, it's interesting. He is, again, kind of cold in this kind of environment, more of a deserty kind of cold-blooded animal. So he is kind of snuggled in, trying to stay warm under your kind of collared scarf area.
His intelligence is 4, so he has
Perfect.
a -3.
Nope, that's great. That's all I needed. Okay, cool. All right, buddy. I'm assuming something's wrong with her, but she doesn't want to deal with us. You might have the best bet, so just get really close to her and give me about 10 minutes, okay? Yeah. No, you knew what I meant. Go sit by her for a second, and then just tell her everything you want to tell her, okay? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going to cast telepathic bond between her and Misfit, and only them two. His intelligence is enough for him to use it.
Okay, perfect. Oh, good.
It's just gonna be a stream of ones and zeros. 1100 1111 0000.
Oh my god!
It's the AOL login noise.
Oh no!
Come on, baby, connect. Connect. Oh man, I love it.
And they can do it even if you guys don't share a language, so he can actually talk technically common with you. I don't know why I haven't been giving him this whole time. I'm sorry. I just read the spell again.
Why have you been leaving out the most important member of the gearhearts?
Yeah, I have enough for every one of us and our minions, besides the horses. So I will
Well, the
be doing that
horses-
from now on.
Amazing.
The horses are non-sentient, so it's fine.
If they have intelligence over the 2, I can give it to them.
Those turkeys-
Alphasaurus is sentient. He has an intelligence rating of 10.
He's got a really high one, actually.
He just can't talk.
I was talking about the mech
Except-
stains, but they don't really have an intelligence score. Anyway, when I get back from camp from hunting, I am cooking the food. Probably gonna make shish kebab with meat because we don't have any vegetables.
Just fox kebabs? Just
Yeah,
okay. Cool. Your survival check was high enough that I would say out here in the fields, you did roll pretty high on that.
if I didn't roll high on a survival check, I'd be very disappointed with that plus 11.
I'm trying to think of some herbs you haven't used yet. Can you eat lavender? I feel like you
Yes.
can't eat lavender.
Mhm.
Lavender tea is
Mhm.
delicious.
You can have
It's
a
also really good in coffee.
Mhm.
So
It's also really good in drinks made with coffee and egg whites and lavender infusion and vodka.
well, I know you can eat sage, right?
yes.
All right, so we'll stick with that for now because I might do something else with the lavender thing. So when you're out looking for the foxes, as the sun is just beginning to start to set off to the west, there, Gio, you're starting to bring back your kills to the group. You see out to the side, kind of where like the hills meet the flatter planed areas. An herb that you are familiar with is this kind of somewhat white leaf, kind of green undertow to it. That you would recognize as sage, and you would be able to pick some of the leaves off of that and actually add it to your fox kebabs if you wanted to, and kind of just roast them all together.
I just realized I have 2 things in my inventory. They're called glowing mushrooms, so I'm just gonna put that on mine.
Oh gosh!
Yeah,
From the
I also have
caves?
spices.
Yeah, from the caves.
I have some absolutely lovely glowing slime mucus if you want it.
Oh god.
Oh god! Okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
Oh, God.
It could be a
Just-
delicious dipping sauce for you.
I'm not getting
No.
involved. I'm not technically here. I'm just helping cook.
I will just use one of the mushrooms for my kebab. Everyone else just gets meat because I don't know if this is poisonous or not.
Well, so actually, when you go to use those mushrooms, they are actually somewhat of a crystallized effect to them, much like some of the other geodes that you found in there. These mushrooms don't actually have like a soft under exterior or soft top. It's actually this toadstool kind of formation is all crystal.
Damn it. Maybe later. I'll just cook the meat.
Okay. Little meat,
I didn't
little,
make a
little fox
check.
meat, little meat, little sage.
I'd assume I'd make a check for that. What do I use again?
You have cook stools.
I believe we had you use Dex before with proficiency.
So cook's utensils.
Let me check your sheet. I feel like we've done this enough. We should know this by now.
Yeah. I have it as wisdom. That doesn't seem right. Yeah,
Oh no. We did it as wisdom because of like the knowledge of like how to cook stuff.
Okay.
So we did so you would add your proficiency plus your wisdom modifier plus your d20 roll.
Okay. So wisdom plus d20 plus proficiency.
Dex is more like painting or something.
I don't know.
Roll it up, rollies.
All right. That's not great.
I do also have regular cooking spices.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 16 total
16
is edible.
yeah, it's edible. Fox kebabs, nothing too crazy to them.
And I'll just use my, whatchamacallit, that giant thing that I got that makes honey. I'll just put honey on it just to make it sweet.
There you go.
Alchemy jug?
Alchemy jug.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
And I'll just
Deal.
start passing those out to people.
Gio's contribution to the group for the evening is fox kebabs with a slight hint of sage and honey glazed caramelization on it. Whoever wishes to partake.
His
That
cooking's
actually
been
sounds really good for some odd reason. I don't know
Mhm.
why, but sure. I never
his
had fox,
cooking's
but it's
been
sunny meat.
good so far. So
Yeah, he's doing good.
I kind of imagine it's pretty similar to rabbit. Very stringy, kind of very
Lean.
gamey,
Yeah.
lean. Yeah, can't actually survive off of it because there's a lot of protein, but nothing in the way of fat.
Yeah, it still tastes good.
You got to
Still
take a ring
counts as
off to
a-
do it, though, Gio. Unless
I
you're
will
gonna
take
eat,
my.
unless you're gonna
I
eat
will-
the bones that it came with.
I will eat the bones first, and then I'll take the ring off.
Perfect. All right. So after about 10 minutes or so, the telepathic bond between Ilona and Misfit goes through, and as he's laying there, Misfit's just laying there with you in the rain, and Ilona, after a little bit of time, for some odd reason, you just start to hear, I really wish I could just help her. I don't know what else to do. She's so sad.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I can't talk, and I tried to do the stick, and she didn't want the stick, and then I did the puddles, and then she didn't want the puddles, and I don't know what else to do. Spiky haired boy said that something would happen, and I was just laying here in the grass, getting rusty and wet.
Oh. I'm gonna take off my Papa's coat and I'm gonna hold it over him and I'm gonna like dry him off.
Why is she doing this? I don't need a coat.
Misfit.
What?
Oh.
Are you saying this out loud or in your head?
In my head.
Huh? What? Can you hear my word things?
Word things?
He'll just tackle you as you're holding your coat over his head. Oh, this is the best! You can hear the things that I'm saying in my head.
Yes. Yes.
This is the best. Hold that thought. Be right back. Tackles Volt. Thank you. You don't understand what he's saying, but you can hear it over there to the side.
No problem,
Just
buddy.
tackles the Volt Buster and then runs back over. Okay. Come on, let's play. Come on.
Misfit, I just want to feel the rain.
We can play out in the rain. It'd be fun. Look, splashy, and he just splashes in the rain. Percy,
Misfit.
Frey, Geo, Styx, Pearl. You just all see. There's a heightened atmosphere play to Misfit off to the side.
Misfit has the zoomies.
So
Come
pure,
on,
so
come on,
good.
please. Just throw the
Misfit,
stick. Throw the stick. You'll feel better. You always feel better when you throw the stick.
Misfit, I died yesterday. I didn't sleep last night.
You what?
I thought you knew!
He kind of. Well, I could feel something was wrong. I didn't know it was the thing. I didn't know that.
What's this?
People do the when they do the.
You broke him. Good job.
I've never ever seen anyone do that who's dead, and I've
We've seen
seen
so
a
many
lot-
dead things. So many dead things.
I
We've seen
know.
So many dead things. And they always go, and then.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know you did that.
I did.
And he just jumps on you again.
I mean, I'm fine now. I'm okay now. I'm very tired.
No more do the daddy things.
Well, it's not like I meant for it to happen.
He's laying on top of you, looking down into your face.
Yeah.
Just the rain.
And I'm still holding the coat above him because he said he was getting rusty.
What's wrong?
I'm just
Why sad
tired.
face?
I'm tired, Misfit. But I wanted to feel the rain before I went to bed. That's it. That's all it is.
Walk on over, give her a kebab, and walk back.
Oh, thank you.
I like the big lizard man too.
I know. So
He
you
put-
have nicknames
He
for...
put me on the roof and I jumped off.
I
and
know,
then
I told him not to.
And then I totally flew.
Yes, you did. You flew very well.
Well, you did it,
Do
so
you
I
have-
wanted to do it.
Do you have nicknames for everyone in the group?
Mm-hmm.
Spiky hair, lizard
Spiky hair
man.
boy, lizard man, no face.
No
Boom
face.
boom. That's boom boom girl.
Boom
And
boom girl.
that's green scary guy.
I'm gonna have to start
Scary.
going around collecting coins from everybody so I can vomit them out in large quantities later. I guess.
Can I? So, do you want to know their real names?
I mean,
I like
won't
the
remember
nicknames. It's
them.
fine. What
I
do you
won't
call
remember them.
me?
what?
What do you call me?
You'll see his eyes like kind of like get into a saddy face, be like, "You're my best friend."
Oh, that's so much better. Oh my god.
I can't.
Am I not?
You refuse to play with this
What do
being.
You say I'm your best friend.
Oh yeah, no,
I thought that
you
was
are.
your name too, from me for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you are my best friend. Yeah.
Okay. You'll see him like kind of like shake it off, like okay. And just like licks you with his sandpaper metal tongue.
Ow.
I'll eat the fox kebab and then I'll throw the steak.
Yes.
And just
No one could ever be sad after that.
And then
Gets
I'm
hit
gonna
by-
go to my tent and pass the fuck out and snuggle the crap out of Misfit.
okay.
It lasts an hour.
I'm
As
just
he-
gonna tell
as-
Misfit stories.
As he's starting to fall asleep in his, constructy kind of way, you will hear little things like, "I love you. I love you." And he like those little like doggy things with his hands.
I can't handle him. I thought he was cute before. Son of a hack. All right.
I'll just slowly drift off to sleep.
Snuggle
All right.
the crap out of him.
Do we want to skip the majority of the next day and get straight to me ripping off Ray's face?
I'm good with that.
Yep.
This is so casual. Yeah, let's just jump to me ripping off my buddy's face. It's no big deal.
Well, it's not your actual face unless I actually have to take a knife and just.
I mean, we tried that already. It didn't work.
Oh yeah. I mean, second time's a charm.
Third.
Second time's a charm. All
We
right.
definitely rolled for it at least 3 times already.
We'll get there.
All right.
One of these plans are gonna work.
So let's see what happens. What are we doing?
Well, as the night passes, you all complete another long rest. I mean, some of you already had some. Some of
Hey.
you were in much need of sleep. From that point, you would have like technically had some exhaustion, Ilona, but again, sleeping now that would go away. As you guys are on day 2 of your journey, you awake and the ground is noticeably
Muddy.
a little bit, not necessarily like flood
Oh, we lost
plains
Kevin.
or. I reminded Six too much of England. Home. It's like no,
Oh,
no,
well,
thank you.
I would have had my
I live
tiny
here.
hut.
I don't need to experience it in fantasy world. No, thank you, sir.
Yeah, my tent is a tiny hut, but I would have made the 20-foot radius around us not wet. So our area should be dry, but everything else should be wet.
His
It's
internet failed. He
Noticeably
backs in.
moist as you are heading out here on your second day of the journey. Is there anything else anyone wants to do through the course of the day, whether it be breakfast, lunch, conversations, work on things?
I have to talk.
I know there's
I
plans
have-
for the evening, but
Yeah. No, I watch Sticks, so I would be doing like adjustments. I'd lock the Volt Buster to the back of Styx's van and have it squat and then just like let half of it fall so I can do work.
no, okay, yeah,
So I'm making a chair.
that's cool. That works. Anyone doing anything else? On the back
How
of
much
the
can we
on
do
the
while
back
we're
of the
traveling?
What's that?
How much work can we do while we're traveling?
I did
Traveling,
want to.
nothing too much. I mean, especially with this being in Mextangs, you guys don't have, the tank from before, the mobile
Mhm.
fortress where you can kind of work-ish as it was moving. It didn't move very fast, so
Don't remind me. I miss Tina every day.
One of the stops, I'm going to look to Volt, look to Persephone, be like, Volt, Persephone, I need you. I need you now.
Okay.
I want to make coffee, and I want to give it to Balthazar and see what happens.
Oh God!
Huge amount of relief from Volt. Okay.
Didn't know where we were going, but this is better. This is better than what I thought.
Yeah, we
it
can
was
do
going
that.
to be.
I can do that. Yeah.
On one hand, I really should not condone this. On the other hand, experimentation, of course.
That is kind of your thing.
I'll even write it down for. Do I have that notebook? Does Lona still have it? I think she gave it back to me.
I have spares if you need a notebook.
Back to you.
Yeah. So I'll even write it down for you.
All right, so I'll hold the socket and just give it some power.
Oh yes. I'm gonna make some coffee. I'm gonna like shuffle through my bags looking for anything that I could use as a cup of an appropriate size for a massive fucking lizard.
I read the back of it to give it the right amount of voltage.
I love it. After digging through for a while, I realize I have nothing big enough except my hat of disguise. So I'm feeding my lizard coffee from a hat of disguise now.
I have mugs if you want to use the mugs.
Get some mugs.
Mugs are not the appropriate size for giant lizard. Giant lizard is very big.
I flip over my bucket helmet.
I mean, maybe.
I mean,
I'll
if
just give
the
you my
mess
bucket
kids have
helmet.
balls, we have something.
Volt's bucket helmet will be pretty big. It is partially that sentinel creature you guys fought before, so.
That's even better. Can we clean it off first?
I
Like,
can
no
clean it.
offense,
It's fine.
we like
No, you're
live
good.
in it.
I can clean it. You're good. Yeah. I'll prestidigitation everything out of it, and we're good.
I like the detailing work on this. It's interesting.
Thanks.
Okay.
You made the coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the helmet?
Oh, yeah.
You put it up to the lizard?
Uh-huh. Give it a try, man. Come on. Go for
Go
it.
ahead, make an animal handling check.
18.
Kind of like looks at it from the front, kind of sniffs it, and then like actually kind of turns its head sideways so he can see it with his eyes, and like turns it the other way, and then looks over at you with his other side.
Trust me, I love this stuff. It's great.
Gets kind of, you see this long tongue like snap down into the water, the coffee. You just see this tongue just.
I see no way this could ever possibly go wrong for us.
It takes a moment. And just takes off, just running in a random direction. Go ahead and roll the D8 for me.
Okay, one moment.
Yeah, that was expected.
So obviously does not need much as far as
Well, if you haven't had coffee before, the caffeine's gonna hit you harder than if you have.
Yeah, but like he's huge. I rolled a 2.
Oh, that is true. That's true. This was a bucket though of coffee.
So he just starts literally bolting just straight north, and he starts to go so fast that instead of running quadrupedal with all feet on the ground, he just starts to go so fast that his arms are up in the air and he's just out running, much like water lizards when they run across the water. Just. How fast does he run?
I
60 feet
will
or 50
check.
feet or something.
I want to say it's 60.
Well, we're not catching him.
Jesus.
We'll get you a new lizard.
Oh, no. So their speed is only 30 because they can also climb 30 feet.
Okay.
So 60 and a
okay.
dash.
Yep. So he just pieces out, just as fast as his large lizard legs will carry him. And again, as he gets like,
I'm running with him.
2 rounds, 3 rounds away from you guys. Again, it starts to just slowly elevated onto his back feet. It just continues to run.
So I'm gonna sprint after him as fast as I can. I'm faster than he is until I catch up with him, and then we start running the same speed because of my aura.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because then he'll get like 10 feet. Of
10 extra
right?
movement within 5 feet of me.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything as you see the lizard take off and Frey just, oh shit, and just fucking take off after him?
making notes as to how strong the brew was, how much approximately he
Of
drank
course.
first.
I love it. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
Who helped make the coffee? Volt and Percy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, I'll have
Volt was
my.
kind of just running the machine, and I did the brew itself.
I'll clean up my helmet. So I can put that back. Yeah.
14?
Taking some of the goo out. How much?
14? Another single digit roll, yay.
14. I mean, obviously you made it a little bit bigger since the plan was to experiment with a larger lizard, so you kind of like doubled the dose of what you would like make a full pot of coffee for like a normal group of people. So what would be 2-3 scoops for us? You were like 4, 5. Just snuck in an extra little. You ever want that extra little scoop? You just like meh. You just scoop it a little bit. 5 heaping scoops of just roasted waterfall coffee fed to a lizard.
Yep. So I'm just writing down like how much we made, how much he drank before the reaction, and then like calculating body mass and everything. And I'm just like, I don't even know if this is real, considering he's not real.
It took about 2 rounds for him to drink it. So it's like with his not little tongue, his big fucking lizard tongue. It took about 2 more rounds for it to really kind of sink in. And then, so about 30 seconds into it is when, takeoff experienced. And then probably got about like 1 or 2 rounds off before Frey took off after him. Frey probably caught up in about 3 or 4 rounds. So about, from start to finish of a minute, Frey and Balthazar are, almost like half a football field away. Almost a whole football field just... Like
we would get all the way out, and my boy inevitably crashes. I will try to just heft him up to my shoulders and fireman carry him back. I'll even use my my channel divinity Peerless Athlete to make it happen.
I love it. Okay, go ahead and roll for Balthazar a Constitution check.
Okay. I will need just a moment to pull that tab back up.
Gio, are you going morning hunting for food, or just using what you had from yesterday?
He got a 17.
I'll use what I had from yesterday.
A 17. There's a good solid 2, almost 3 minutes of just straight sprinting before he just kind of and just kind of collapses off the side. He's not dying, but he literally just sprinted with you for like a solid 2-3 minutes.
Then breathing heavily, I walk up next to him like, it's all right, buddy. You got it. Just give him like a little pat on the side of the head, rub, and then just dig under.
Long lizard tongue just out on the ground. As you pick him up in your fireman's carry, it's still just hanging out of his mouth.
My turn to carry you.
And again, 2 or 3 minutes of running pretty fast. You guys are kind of far away, so it's gonna take a little bit to get back. All right, cool.
Yep,
I love it.
I'll make stew for breakfast.
Okay, from what you had from last night.
Yeah.
Cool. Works for me.
I will roll for this.
I like that music.
Gio, put some of this in there. I'm gonna give you coffee beans.
Oh no.
Yeah, it has fat in it. We need fat.
How about you make that an extra topping?
For stew?
Yeah, well, you can put it on meat.
All right.
Not all of it.
All right, I will make stew with coffee.
I will give him guidance and assistance.
Love it.
I don't know how this is going to work. So assistance?
So advantage, because we both have cooking utensils and stuff. And then guidance for the D4.
All right, so 14 plus 4 plus 1 would be 19. Plus the D4.
You're making a coffee stew with your meat from last night?
Yeah, plus a 2, so that'll be 21. Guidance.
Races. Coffee lizard. You said 21 for your food?
Yeah, apparently. So it'll taste okay.
And you're using what, the fox meat from last night to make this stew? Is that correct?
Yep. Plus any spices I got that make it taste better.
Okay. Let me first of all see it.
Which I do have spices.
Also spices.
All the spices.
Holy shit. Does that work? Is that playing?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Then obviously not. I'm trying to get this song to play. With the coffee stew, what I would say is,
Wakes you up.
yeah, are you gonna? I'll tell you what. Let's do that. So as you make this, as you heat up the water and and are you gonna grind up the coffee beans or keep them whole?
I'll grind them up. Why
Yeah,
not?
we can grind them up.
Okay, cool. So what would happen here is that you're basically making an odd version of coffee with the grounds being all like mixed into the hot water. But as it starts to bubble up, you actually, how could you do this? You take the grounds. You want to leave the grounds in or take them out? I'll leave it up to you. You're the one cooking this thing.
I'd probably take them out because don't the grounds taste gross?
Okay. So
Typically, if you're
making-
infusing something with coffee, you're going to wrap it in some cheesecloth and drop it in first, so it's easy retrieval.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have
how
any
really you can
cheesecloth.
make a stew out of it. You'd have to. It'd be more for
You
like
can
cooking in it.
definitely use it in stews and use it for cooking. And in fact, I have heard of some like recipes for various
Coffee
as you said,
steak
stews
is
and coffee
real
steaks, and I've even heard
Real
of
good.
some people using it in like chili or
I just
very
don't know, would you grind
rarely
it up, though,
like
or would you
spaghetti.
just leave it as full beans?
You grind it. You grind it
Yeah.
and you put it in the cooking process for whatever like liquidy base you're
All
using.
right, fuck it. I don't know. I never did it before. I don't know. We'll live with that though. So you grind up these coffee beans; they're just kind of floating around in this hot water, and you're gonna dump the fox meat
Yeah, some spices.
and some other
Really?
spices, like salt
I
and
think it's
pepper kind of spices.
Yeah, and like thyme. I think I have thyme.
Yeah, it just says bag of spices.
Yeah, nice. Okay. All right. So a little interesting flip kick to the fox kebabs you guys had the night earlier with that kind of sweet, tangy taste to them. Yeah, fox. Yeah, you're not a fox. You have fox. You're eating fox. Jill hands out these bowls of this kind of darkish liquid. As you look at it, it kind of smells a little bit like coffee, but I mean, who's ever had coffee stew before? But you see some of the meats kind of floating around in there, some other like little herbs and spices. And when you eat it, the juice itself, like the broth itself, has this kind of like almost like a salty caramel chocolate kind of taste to it. It's actually kind of nice. You ever have salty caramel before? The salt and the sweet kind of going together, kind of playing off each other. It's this weird blend when you eat into the fox meat. It kind of like falls apart in your mouth a little bit, and I mean, it definitely wakes you up. It's a hearty wake up meal. If you want to, you can actually even drink the broth and kind of get all your meal all in one bowl there, from your meat to your coffee. I've never done that before, but sure, we'll go with it.
I
And now
somehow
kinda wanna
made it.
try it.
I somehow made it taste good because I'm awesome. All right, let's just go.
I sent you a picture, Kyle, of a recipe for coffee beef stew.
One of the
There you
one
go.
of the
It's kind of what I described. It's just dark liquid
Mhm.
with stuff in it, and you eat it.
One of the barbecue places that I like here in town actually has a coffee-based barbecue that they offer. It's interesting. It's not bad.
You gotta try that next, Jill. Like they put on barbecue chicken.
Like they have it in a squeezy bottle you can add to whatever you want.
Oh, that'd be something to try. Okay.
Yeah.
Write that down, Jill.
Sounds good.
All right, cool.
I
So-
can't write it down because I can't read. All right.
That's fair.
Pictures.
That's fair. All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to do for this this morning here?
Resuscitate Balthazar from his coma.
Appreciate it.
I would say actually after about Jill's done cooking all this stew up and everything, you hear this thump, 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 as Frey comes just trudging back, somewhat exhausted himself, carrying this large lizard with him, and just kind of flops the Balthazar on the ground and just kind of sits down, and there's Frey carrying a lizard.
This is Lizard.
Just another day.
Collapses up against him, just sitting up against him. Did you get that? Calling over to Percy.
I did some calculations and observed, yes.
I give Bray
Sweet.
his stew.
And I'm gonna kind of look at Volt like this would kind of be the perfect time.
He's just gonna start eating his stew, completely oblivious.
And I'm sort of like,
This is kind of weird.
Okay.
No, what's in this, Jill?
Coffee.
I thought we were doing it at night.
I look over the bell, so you cannot have any. This is no.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's sound.
All right, so I'm gonna go on the opposite side of Jill, so Frey's gonna have to like turn around and be like, "Hey."
So you put coffee in, like,
Frey?
Wait, what's up?
Can we talk?
Yeah, I was actually kind of meaning to look for you later. It's kind of a
I'm just gonna look at Percy like.
and I'm just gonna kind of like
around a little, kind of a lot of people. Everything all right?
Well,
Shit.
we could take a little bit away.
Yeah, just a bit, not far.
I guess I'll wait a little bit and then cast a large ordeal, but I'm gonna try to do it stealthily.
I'll just watch them leave, noting where they're going, and just wait. Since we're doing this now, I guess. Ugh.
I mean, he is tired, so.
Who knew that you guys would form a plan and then be like, nah, we're not gonna do
It's
it.
the same plan, just a different start time.
We moved to the timetable, that's
Famous
all.
line of D&D. Listen, guys, I know we had a plan. But... Okay, continue on.
Still
I'm not
funny.
here. Continue
So-
on. I'm gonna drink my drink.
Once we're a little ways away, I'm like, right, so... Kind of... Fuck, I hadn't really decided what I was gonna say yet, but since you want to talk now, I just,
So, how do I say this without being weird? I was alone for most of my life, and you've been like the first, like, you read heroes in your book, but you're like the first real hero I've met in life. So, like, I, like, really look up to you as...
flattering.
Like, so I try to do stuff to, like, make you proud. I think that's how I would... Whew, this was harder than I thought it was.
No, I get it.
So I do things because I think that you would do them. And if you can do them, then I want to believe that I can do them.
Okay. Alright. Right, so first thing here, wow, thank you. I don't really think I'm all that much of a hero. Most of what I do has been kill. I couldn't even stop fucking Styx from desecrating some of the dead just a bit ago. That was a bit fucked up.
I learned you don't stop Styx.
But a hero could, in theory.
I don't know. I think
Maybe
every
not.
hero needs a person who gives them the realization of how much hero they are.
But let's not get caught on that either way. Look, put it plainly, I fucked up. And I'm sorry. I took my frustration with everything that happened, with me dying, with Lona going missing, the revelation about... kind of like pats himself in the face there. I took all that frustration, and when you ran off again, which... later,
Mm-hmm.
that all boiled up and came out focusing on you. And that wasn't right. I understand now that you're doing these things because you think I would. But you need to understand that the whole reason that I'm trying to keep everybody together is because I wouldn't run off on my own. Because that's dangerous. Because I could lose you. You could lose us. It could go right back to how it was before, with you on your own, in a situation that you possibly couldn't handle. Heroes are all well and good, but they are nothing compared to a well-trained group of people, of specialists, of loyal friends. They can accomplish more than a hero ever could on their own. That's why in the books they always have a cohort, a group with them.
Bold's staying super quiet because if he talks, he's most likely gonna cry. So he's just eye contact.
So, I'm sorry, and please don't take the yelling to heart. Look for what's beyond it.
I'm gonna go in for a hug.
I'll go for it.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah, here it comes.
All right. Once the large person gets cast on me, I'll roll the stealth now. They're probably in the middle of talking.
I will say I was going to give disadvantage to that just because you're a 20-foot tall fucking lizard now. However, that conversation I would say had Volt and Frey pretty engaged. So I'll let you roll it as a regular stealth.
As soon as I'll wait for him to do the stealth.
So
actually,
what's up?
I'm thinking for something. Hold on.
I'm also
go ahead.
As I cast enlarge, I just want to work quickly. As I'm casting large, and then I'm waiting. I'm just gonna say another quick prayer to Torum and be like, "Hi, it's me again. It's happening now. I don't know if you're listening, but please help."
It's so much sooner than I expected. I'm sorry. This is how we work.
Okay, carry on.
Had Volt not said that he's trying not to cry, means that he's engaged in the conversation enough that I was going to see if he was not engaged, that he would see the giant lizard coming and distract enough to pin. But since Volt says he's engaged in the conversation, saying he's not going to cry,
I also went for the hug, so my face was past his face.
Yep, it's all regular roll, just a regular stealth check deal.
So that would have been 9, 10.
Your Battlemaster ability?
Oh, yeah.
Just have to beat his passive, dude. You just have to beat his passive.
It's a 15. It's decent.
That's all you gotta do.
Sadly, it is a 13.
Oh, son of a
shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
What is Frey's passive?
It's 15.
Shit.
So.
Fuck.
God.
Although.
Good.
I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like a pretty serious one for Frey too, and he'd be pretty focused on it. Would that constitute disadvantage on a perception check? Would you say, had this been an active check? He was just monologuing.
You were like villain monologue, and here's my plan, and here's how it goes. Oblivious to the person creeping along, trying to cut the red wire. Yeah. All right.
Because if it would be disadvantage on the check, then my passive perception is -5.
What? Since this is a head-to-head, yeah, I'll say that makes a lot more sense. Go ahead and roll a perception with disadvantage.
Okay.
This would go beyond passive. Passive is more like
Crab. Use your jinx ability.
Use a D4.
Roll a negative something.
You
perfect.
Passive is like you walk by, you notice this dwarf over here has 3 toes or something, but you're actively involved in a check. I would say.
So my rolls.
Why?
And 2 faces.
What am I?
I go back. I need to talk.
What am I rolling here, Crab? In addition to my regular roll.
Huh?
What? Huh?
It's a passive check. It's a disadvantage passive
I
check.
think it's just your perception.
Just a
Okay.
disadvantage.
Yeah, if we're talking disadvantage perception, then it's 10.
Okay. All right.
I beat
so
you by
phase
3.
one complete.
My goodness.
As Frey and Volt are involved in this emotional father-son conversation, Volt trying to hold back his tears, almost not necessarily forgets the mission, but is engaged in the conversation enough that he doesn't like avert his eyes over to the side to see this large lizard creeping. He's in the moment. So as you go in for the hug, on the opposite side of this, Frey, equally involved in the conversation, is not necessarily paying to his surroundings. His friends are all around him. His little spiky haired friend is coming over to pour his heart out to them. And as they engage in this hug, I would even say, would you close your eyes, Frey? Would you do an eyes closed time kind of thing? No one can see it anyway, so I mean, you're not giving up any man points there.
No, he'd be doing the manly stare off in the distance, the scarred veteran.
All right. So phase 1 complete. Gio, go ahead.
So I was gonna say, as soon as
your eyes are closed. There's no way.
100%. But I'm about to have a giant gator hand pass my face. So when I feel that, I'm gonna remember what I was doing here in the first place, and give him guidance.
Okay, cool. So as
just headbutt him, guidance.
You see them go in for the hug, and you take that opportunity, Jill, of now's the moment. You use your sneaky lizard stealth approach, and you grab your massive mole onto his mask and begin to pull.
I do it very quickly.
Okay. You have an advantage.
Go
Advantage
ahead.
and guidance.
You have guidance.
We worked all day for this.
If it
Go ahead and
seems
roll an
like
athletics
Frey fights this, then I'm jumping in to try to hold him back. I'm not strong, but I'm trying anyway.
This is, however, a regular athletics check. It's not an advantage.
Oh, it's not an advantage?
Dang.
No.
Wait.
Let me redo that.
Fine.
Why?
Knowledge gives him an advantage.
There is another source giving disadvantage, apparently.
Oh.
Let's try that again.
You still get the guidance, though. The guidance is still there.
All right.
Frey paying attention to the mask has nothing to do with Veyron paying attention to the mask.
That's very fair.
That's fair.
That's unfortunate. Oh, well. Oof.
Doesn't mean you can't keep trying, but we'll just see how this first roll goes.
All right. Well, sadly, it is not a 20, but it's athletics, right?
Athletics check, yep.
We will say, so 17 plus 7 plus 1.
17 plus 8, 25.
Okay.
That's 25.
Okay. So,
Okay.
in this moment, the hug has been embraced. Gio, in this large reptilian form, comes over and grabs the mask. Frey, in this moment of staring off into the distance valiantly, in this one quick moment, you feel the claws of Gio kind of grip underneath your chin and starts to rip and pull. And in one quick motion, the mask is ripped off of your face.
Oh shit!
Completely. Gio, you stand there, and as you rip it off of Frey's face, holding it in your hand.
Jill, drop it!
The moment.
You're holding it in your hand.
I drop.
Oh, you drop it. Okay, good.
I throw it as far as I can.
Oh god, it works. Oh god, just throw it. All right. So
The lizard gets hit with it and turns.
Yeah.
No, Bilzer!
as you throw it off to the side, Frey, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You got this, buddy.
Oh boy. Okay.
Come on,
So this is gonna be interesting. So with this, do I have my paladin aura in effect or no?
No.
All right.
Shit!
So
Darn!
It's okay.
that's a flat 13 then.
A 13?
Yep.
As you're embracing this hug and you feel like this is all happening in such quick succession, you're embracing this hug, kind of, it's going to be all right, son. And you're kind of patting Bolt on the head. And as you feel it just rip off your face in this moment of sheer shock, not necessarily terror, but definitely shock and confusion, you just kind of collapse off to the ground and just pass out.
I'm gonna try to hold him.
I'm running.
He's just dead
I'm
weight
running
arms.
forward. Is he dead? Is he breathing? What's happening?
Make a
Can I
medicine
check him out?
Check? Can I do one as well?
You both make medicine checks.
While they're doing that,
While you're doing
I'm
that, go ahead, Percy.
taking,
Get out of here.
I'm
Natural
taking the
20.
box that had my new shotgun shells in. I'm dumping that into my bag of holding. I want to go see if I can carefully scoop up the mask into that and lock it.
As soon as she
with
starts
daggers.
getting close, I would be like, "Pussy, don't touch it! Don't get anywhere near
I'm
it!"
not going to touch it. I'm going to lock it up.
Yeah, I'll help with daggers.
Just put it in the
Use my
fridge.
hands.
To say, I've got a sword I can poke it with. I have. Okay,
Dix is doing the scoop method.
Just put it in the fridge.
I rolled a 15 medicine check.
15 medicine check.
I had a total of 27.
So for Ilona, Frey is breathing, which is good. And for the 27 check, he just seems to be unconscious in some odd fashion. He's
I'm
he's
gonna
not dying or dead. He's definitely. You've seen people in our book form drop to 0 hit points and go unconscious. He's not dying. He's just knocked the fuck out.
Can I
I'm gonna
cast
give him a
detect
cure wounds.
magic?
Okay. A detect magic. Go ahead. You want to
Yeah.
just cast it as a spell or?
Yeah, instant cast, not
Instant
ritual.
cast?
And I'm gonna do a cure wounds.
And cure wounds. Okay. Go ahead and roll your cure wounds. Oh, I fucking love it. You roll 17 plus 7.
6.
Plus 1. 25. A 6?
6 points of healing.
6 points of healing. Okay, cool. Wherever Frey went, I'll tell him what happens when that happens. Cool.
You still got your
I can
headphones
hear
on?
you. I just
Oh,
have
okay, yeah, headset.
just
Okay,
set aside for a bit.
So,
Yeah.
with that 6 points of healing, I'll tell you what happens in a moment. Alona, he's breathing. That's good. Jill, you just fucking chuck this mask like I can't believe it just worked. Percy and Styx, when you go over to the mask, after Jill throws it off to the side, and you start to traverse over to it, walking, over to the mask, not making any kind of way over to it, just walking normal.
Making your way?
Yeah, not that way, just normal.
Approaching.
Yes, as you approach the mask, your perceptions are high enough to see that the mask itself has lost any kind of structural form to it, and is actually this bubbling sludge in the ground, and is starting to actually evaporate just in little chunks, and almost like if you ever seen, like a fire burning and the pieces of the paper or wood just kind of like chunk off into the air. It's coalescing off into this black, dark smoke and ooze into the ground.
I'm going to still try to scoop it in.
Okay. As you try to scoop, there is no purchase to any kind of scooping. It's all eviscerated. And the other thing, since Volt and Ilona are right next to Frey, you will also feel a very hot sensation next to you. And as you look down, you see on his right arm, from the top area, like pectoral down to the shoulder, his whole like necroskeleton arm over here. This black sludge has just coalesced off of him and is sludged into the ground beneath him, and is also starting to eviscerate into the smoke and ash. The white arm bone of the side has just crumpled off into the ground into broken pieces.
Is Frey just like straight up missing an arm?
Oh, his arm's still there.
Oh, okay.
It's just that the black sludge,
the carapace.
Yeah.
The symbiotic entity on his arm has fallen off.
I don't trust it, and I'm gonna start like pulling him away from the black sludge on the ground.
Fair enough. You do start to hear like a little bit of like, since you guys are close enough to hear it when it first starts happening. By the time Percy and Six get to the mask, it's there's no more sizzle. The sizzle's gone.
Do I see any magic on him with detect magic?
Since you're casting it directly, no, there's no, besides any kind of magical items that he has.
Okay.
Did my healing do anything?
Yeah, it'll wake him up actually.
Ah!
I gave you 6, by the way, Cody.
6. Okay. Is my health just at 6?
No. When you wake up, you have full health. You just literally got knocked out.
What just happened?
The vitality of the spell would have woken you up.
Holy crap, you're hot.
You might want to find a new mask.
What? No. What?
No, that's too late. No, I have photographic memory.
You might
no. That's fine. Wait a second. He just like drops his hand and thinks for a moment. I don't light on like weird fire anymore.
What?
Are my eyes glowing? I look up to them right now. Are my eyes glowing? Are they doing? Are they glowing right now?
Are they glowing?
They wouldn't be, because I'm not a Scourge Asimar anymore.
No.
Oh my fuck! I don't have to wear a mask anymore.
For those of you who have never seen Frey's face before, now that he's like coming to and you look at him, you actually still have the long gray whitish hair, and you still have that kind of lightened, kind of like bluish purple white, this interesting kind of that lighter drow skin complexion. However, you do notice on his face, he is just a beautiful looking man specimen. Chiseled cheekbones down to the chin is sculpted like this. Not really like pointed nose, but just like that little, just a little bit of a point, just to be like, okay, not like that's right where it needs. Any more point to the nose would be too much. And what color are your eyes, Cody?
So something that a few of us may know, most drow have either like deep blood red eyes, or if you want to be special, purple like Grist. Thanks to his Asmar heritage, his are actually like a light gold.
Yeah, like a green gold or something like that.
Yeah, like a green gold. Green gold.
There's little specks of green. It's more of like a gold
Yep.
kind of iris to it. But Frey, a couple things. As this mask is ripped off, you would have barely, in that quick moment of a rip, would have just heard Varan in your mind, seemingly at this moment for perhaps one last time. No! And you just hear it erupt in your brain as it gets ripped off.
Fuck that
in
guy.
that last moment of consciousness. And as you get picked back up again and you kind of open your eyes, you see Bolt standing above you with the healing vitality to you.
Help me up. I'm gonna hold up a hand.
As you hold up your hand, you look and you see your light skin drowish hand. You don't see your symbiotic arm anymore.
Cool. Glad this helped me up.
If there's any sludge left, by the way, I'm just beating it with my mace. Die!
He's so
die.
giant.
In his giant reptile form, just slamming into the ground. Eventually, the mask and the arm will just. You'll see a little bit of like scorched earth, almost like burning the grass, where the mask and the arm used to be.
He's like holding back tears a little bit. I can't believe they actually did it.
You okay?
Yes, I am.
Not to spoil things, I do feel like this is going to come back to bite us, because I'm not entirely convinced that
you stop that. You stop that. I'm just happy right now. Okay, just let me be happy.
You're allowed to be happy.
You hug my leg because I'm a giant crocodile right now.
Oh shit! You're really
hug
big. Right
Jill's other leg.
We're just group hug on Gio's legs.
Aw. Picture of my life. Everyone hugging and Lord.
I think I would have shrunk if she cast detect magic.
Oh
yes, because it does require constant.
So I would have been.
For this moment, you're large. Okay, just let it happen.
Okay. I'm pretty sure detect magic is concentration.
No, see,
it
often
is.
it is because
Yeah.
it's done through ritual casting. But yes, it is. Yep.
concentration, yeah, because it lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right. Can we just go ahead and say?
Is this why it was so quiet yesterday?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Going
You didn't have the plan.
Yeah, no, I mean, I literally asked for this, so thank you all. Seriously.
And what I said wasn't a lie. I was being honest.
Oh yeah, no, we had him be the distraction because you needed to talk anyway.
Yeah. But can I say, going forward, don't fuck with any gods.
No,
Unless
believe me, I would really rather not ever again. They've taken too much.
we can foil them if they're like actively doing something, but don't just like go, hey, evil god or whatever, give me some power or whatever.
Oh no, if I talk to most gods, it's gonna be to offer a fist to the fucking face.
Do giant elementals count as gods?
I don't know.
Generally,
Maybe,
no.
probably not.
Okay,
I don't know.
Whatever.
Just wanted to lay that rule down now.
Do you need any help with anything, Frey? Because I think you don't got no magic no more, maybe.
Wait, Balthazar, where is he? Because he was summoned through magic.
As you look around for Balthazar, where he was laying panting in the grass,
No.
there's no large
No.
lizard laying there.
We can work on that.
He's gone.
It's probably the saddest thing that your dad ever gave you. That's probably the best thing your dad ever gave you, and now it's gone.
No, speaking of giving things, I'm going to think back to that day that had been modified by Veyron and see if I remember anything new. Now that his influence is gone.
Woo woo.
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and have you roll a history check. Let's just see how that goes.
See how much I can remember at the moment.
Nat 20,
Do,
nat
do
20,
you
nat
do the
20,
thinking
nat 20,
face
nat
before
20.
you do it?
Yeah.
If you do the
I mean-
guidance, just obviously you're thinking hard. I'm gonna give you guidance.
If it looks like you're thinking or trying to poop, Bolt will give you.
Yeah.
will you let that count, DM?
Yeah, go ahead. Throw it in there.
Okay, cool. In that case, 21.
21.
I have a +0 to history, so I rolled an 18 and a 3, so
Nice.
that appreciates that.
21.
21.
Anything in particular you're trying to remember?
I just want to know. He would be thinking back to the specific events surrounding his squad's death, everything leading up to it, whether or not the orders that he remembered were even true, and especially if that Drow envoy was actually there.
Okay. With a 21.
We do move over to
this,
sticks.
As this interesting fog is kind of, not even kind of, literally and metaphorically and deitedly lifted off of you. Yep. You try to recall back to
Deifically.
some of the events of your life, and it's hard at first, especially with given all the moments of being just happy this massive, and you're done with this whole escapade as far as you know, and you're just trying to remember back to what can you recall? What do you remember before Veyron? Has he always been there? Has it just been since this? Has it just been since that? Has it been since the first mass, the second? Like what? You're just trying to piece all this together. You remember how Veyron lifted the veil at Ilona's request of this moment, a very pivotal turning point in your life. This prisoner fiasco, this prisoner massacre in the woods, and you recall originally the slaughter of these people, only to be revealed to you that the slaughter was not actually done by your comrades. It was actually done by these Drowan warriors who all knelt at your feet. Now that all the influence is gone, the memory becomes clear. What Veyron told you was true in regards to what actually happened. That memory actually you've always kind of second guessed it just because of the source, sometimes more so than others, but now you have this puzzle piece that was empty for so long, and as it fits into place, you realize that in the moment there was nothing you could do. Even afterwards, you were spellbound. You don't know necessarily if this helps with any kind of grief or any kind of, weight on your shoulders from the events. It's just this.
It mostly just confirms that I need to get to the Drow City to figure out what the fuck's happening.
At least there's clarity to the confusion. There's a certainty to this situation that you've never really just got a straight answer to, and now that for once in your life, actually, it's just you and your brain. No Tyr or Veyron or pick a portal or any of that. Just you and your brain allowed to just be for a moment. That moment of clarity comes through that the mask was shielding the truth. Veyron showed you the truth, but even still questioning. And now that, again, that fog has been lifted, whatever that means for your psyche, it's there for you to do with what you wish.
Okay.
So he told you the truth once, but then he completely manipulated a lot of other times.
I mean, probably.
So
And he
fuck
only
that
told me the
guy.
truth because Lona really bothered the fuck out of him to make it happen. So,
Yeah, fuck that guy.
oh no, it was still definitely manipulative as all hell.
He should have just gone and got those smokes and never come back into your life.
Smokes, milk, whatever he said he was going for that time.
Blood sacrifice.
Okay. So that arm was the source of my quote-unquote armor. Is that all gone now too?
In this moment, yes.
Cool.
I have a fix for that.
I have old armor you can wear.
Yeah, I made you armor, but yeah. Just give me a second. I'm gonna go and dig up the what was it? The Lord of Blades is what his name was?
Yes.
Yeah.
The modified Lord of Blades breastplate.
Nice.
So it's nothing crazy right now, but the back of it has some coils. If you attach your weapon, it'll always go back to your back. So you don't have to keep leaving them on the ground.
Wait. Sorry, say again?
So your back has like a bunch of like little like fishing line coils, and if you drop your weapon, it'll go right to your back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Without leaving one
Holy
behind.
shit, that's going to be so good. I won't have to go back and pick it up when I just hit things anymore.
Yeah, and it also lets the swords and weapons stand out so you can be intimidating.
Honestly, like that with the like no face thing done now, that's going to help a lot.
I honestly don't know that you needed that, but every little bit, I suppose.
I guess the kind of not a lot of people run around wearing boar pelts as hoods.
I can give you fox.
Kind of
pelts.
big, I
Got
guess.
some of those. I can work on those.
No, I'm not complaining. I kind of fucking love it, actually. Okay. All right. Yeah. So.
Well, since you got no more magic, you want me to help you out with some fighting stuff that I got going on? Might be helpful.
Yeah, probably. But right now, I think I just want to enjoy this a little bit. Think things
All right.
through. We need to get moving anyway. It's been all morning.
Yeah,
and
we'll work on it tomorrow.
All of you, seriously, again, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Who am I riding with?
I don't know.
So many
Actually,
heart feels there. Who am I riding with? I don't have a Blizzard anymore. Oh, no.
I don't think Jill had anyone with them, so you can go with Jill.
You got 3 mech stings and a Borg machine and a skier.
Skier.
I was going to say, Alona and I can share one mech stang. You can have the other.
If Alona doesn't
Might
mind,
be
Misfit
a
can
good idea.
can hook up to the Hulk armor.
I can what now?
No, Misfit.
Oh, Misfit can. Okay, all right, catch you. Yeah.
I look at Alona for approval. Is that okay? There's not really anywhere else. Do you want to go in the Hulk armor? I'll go on the horse.
He can also cling to Jill.
But then Frey's going to be there.
No, Frey on one mech stang, Jill on another, me and Alona on the third. You riding behind the Warg machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then Misfit can cling to Jill.
Okay.
Just because, no offense, but Jill, you do take up pretty much the whole mech stang. There's not really space for anyone else.
The tail is just flapping.
Alright, I get on my...
Oh, I forgot I can do that. I will give us all telepathy, including Misfit.
Oh, God.
And Acheron. Wait, is Acheron?
He's not out at the moment.
No, that's
What
the
about
other
Icarus,
one.
though?
Icarus and Bubbles.
That's right, I remembered
God.
Icarus.
I won't do Homie because I feel like he's going to have a lot of trauma and I don't want to hear that right
It's about to get impossible to communicate anything in our group, is what is about to happen.
But guys, Icarus can scout now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you
We
want to
technically have
endanger
3
your
different
baby
forms
boy?
of scouting. We have
Oh,
Misfit to the
he might be
ground.
close, but he can fly way up.
I mean, I'm just saying, Misfit wasn't exactly close when you shot him either.
Ooh.
You hear me?
Yes, but
I'm
that was
gonna
because
go.
there was a goal
Too
in mind.
soon.
Most people don't shoot a random bird flying overhead. So as long as it
really
looks
miss-
just like a random bird.
I really miss flying.
I can do it for 10 minutes, buddy.
Huh? What?
I can do it for 10 minutes, but you're gonna have to make sure you land before we finish.
I promise.
Okay. I
Okay.
will give him flying for the first 10 minutes of this one.
I'm a dragon again! You see him put his arms out to the side like he's trying to flap wings?
Alona, we're gonna fix
I
that, right?
really feel like I want to give Icarus.
If Icarus is in Bosch, I would be very upset.
Posh? What's Posh? Wait,
Posh.
Oh, Posh. Like Valley Girl Posh?
No, but like
Like
rich,
Yes,
rich
if
white
I
dude with,
wanted
like, top
to, I
hat.
could
Yes.
touch the
Like
sun.
would all. Like would all.
Yeah.
Pause.
Oh, got the
like-
wine.
Oh, you wanna make-
not quite. No, not quite
But
like
not
that.
as
But
nasally.
like
I was gonna make it more like high class pounding, like attention, reporting for duty, pussy.
That's
Yes,
better.
yeah.
That's better.
I like it. That's good.
He's been doing that the entire time, and no one's been listening. To
that's why he doesn't like when she gets drunk.
Lady Persephone, reporting for duty. Icarus at your service. Ha! He puts up his little wing thing, talent thing.
Oh,
The
this is
pack
amazing.
for me.
Holy shit, you can hear me. I mean, pardon me, ma'am. I shouldn't be swearing in front of you. I've never done this before.
You got a rank over there, buddy?
I don't know. Do I? Do I have a rank?
Specialist? Technically, I never had a rank.
Ha! I do. You don't.
Touche.
Shally ho! It just takes off into the air. Wow. Icarus has come alive. He's always been
right.
here, but just slooping around everywhere. Just
Speaking of that, I call it to Persephone. I like him.
he needs a little sword. Back, you heathens!
So no bubbles. The 8 people is Icarus and Misfit.
Oh, no bubbles?
No.
That's a robot anyway.
Well, yeah. Well, they're both homunculuses.
I
Homunculi.
really hope that Bubbles is just creepy or overly friendly or both.
I wanted to say he talks too fast because he's literally just lightning.
Bubbles is
It's
overly
just
friendly.
He just
Overly friendly.
Yeah, and the Walk Machine is severely
He
creepy.
is constantly hugging. I'm gonna be honest.
Severely creepy.
That's good. I like it. I like it.
All right, let's get this montage journey going.
Ward machine. Be like Australian, maybe? Right, let's go kill some fuckers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that works.
Chomp their fucking heads on road sticks. Yeah. They chomp them right in the legs and pull them down.
Fucking butt
I
the way
love
it's-
Whoa,
Actually?
he actually
And
says his
squeeze.
own name. Whoa,
I
machine.
got a picture Statham and like.
It's
Statham
not
people.
concentration. I have to do it twice. I can get everybody.
I feel like that'd be having like 2 different phone lines. Like I don't
It just becomes one big phone line.
I don't know if you
I
could
just
do
Put
that.
one
I
on
grab-
hold and talk to the
Yeah,
other
I
one.
grab 8 people and then do call waiting to bring in the other 3.
What's the intelligence of the mech tanks?
Oh no.
Oh my god,
No,
we
we're just
can't.
gonna-
I just
no.
want to get to Emmerich.
let's just get to Imbrick, please.
Okay. Well, we're only on
I mean-
day 2.
Yeah.
The
We'll just,
homunculuses have 8 intelligence. They're definitely fine.
so what is?
true.
I guess I should ask. What's Cody's situation out of game?
Don't worry about it.
So,
Okay.
So right now in the second morning here, as you guys get situated on your mech standings, deciding who's going to go who, which, what way.
We got raided.
Oh,
We got a raid. Hello.
hello, Raiders. Hello.
We have a
Oh,
raid.
hello there.
Is it raid? No, I can't do that. We're not.
Party of
sponsored by anything.
one. Woot.
I
Knights
mean,
of
it's so good to
Silver
have.
Moon.
Appreciate you.
That's a
fucking cool
dope name.
Writing that in my notes
It is pretty baller.
of Silver Moon. Dude, maybe that's what we'll do. If we get Raiders, I'll try to incorporate their names into our game somewhere. You guys are gonna meet the Knights of Silver Moon somewhere.
That'd
Isn't
be
that like-
baller as
I
fuck.
said the
I,
raid,
I
I
really
mean-
want that.
Maybe they're
Raiders
Raiders.
party.
right? But
Or raiders
Uh,
on.
So in this moment, you guys also do notice that although Frey, as shirtless as always, has a pretty lean cuts, pretty muscular build and everything. Slightly slimmed down a little bit. Not as.
I did say it was a breastplate, so you can tell if it's like, is it like a full breastplate or did I make him a crop top breastplate?
It's kind of like you would expect it to be like a custom fit almost. Like it would just be like, no
I did
jiggle
measure him
jangle,
when he was a little
when he was a
buffer.
little bigger, but now that it's smaller, it kind of like it's kind of slushes a little bit. Like it has a little bit of give side to side, like.
I was just.
We'll have to work
Oh
on that.
God, chafing.
I can fix that.
You
Nipple
all
tape.
hear in your minds, all clear up ahead! Tally ho, let's go! Get the move, get the net out!
All right, wait.
Icarus is just scouting ahead.
I'm going to regret
right.
this for the next hour.
All right, we go.
All right,
And
cool.
do we go?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
the mech things can go faster than he can, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you guys are trying to,
I think we all keep
ahead,
pace
or-
with each other. Yeah,
I
We'll
think
keep
we're,
pace.
charging
because I don't
ahead.
know if Styx's mount goes as fast.
His base is 50, so it can do 100 a turn, so to speak.
So is he
So
faster?
you guys can all kind of keep around 100 speedish if you want. It's still
Yeah.
gonna be a relatively good time. Is there anything else? Now, again, keep in mind, stopping for food. You gotta let the mech things kind of charge up a little bit and everything else. So you guys typically have like a 3-stop shop for the day, unless you're trying to push stuff, but then you have exhaustion things, and we gotta start working on that. So
No, we're just
No.
normal pace.
We're doing normal pace,
Yeah.
I think.
As fast as is safe without being exhausting.
fantastic. Okay.
Yes.
And then during the breaks, I'll just touch up I'll check on the stings and check on the
Okay.
stuff.
Cool.
Once we get to the third day, because I'm just going to leave Frey to his own on this day, I think I'll ask Frey if he wants to do some training, since he seems to be a bit weaker now, I guess.
Ouch.
I mean,
I'm offended
there's-
by that implication, but sure.
We'll just train morning, and then we go on the ride, and then at night we'll do one more training, and then we'll
And
see
then I
if
have
we get this.
Into
to watch
everything.
Styx. I would do some if Styx was up for it.
I'm just trying to get a feel for what Frey knows now without his magical rage, his magical magic, and whatever.
If you need
'Cause he
somebody
just-
else to spa,
We can switch off if you want, because we're both warriors, aren't we?
we're both fighters, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll just switch off then.
Oh, Percy's jumping into this mix too?
I'd rather
Where's
not
his-
get shot.
She's got a
I
sword.
have a sword.
Okay,
has a
good.
sword.
I said spying, not
Her sword still shoots.
marksmanship. It's
She's like,
in Ruby,
"Surprise!
everything's a
Dodge this
gun.
motherfucker!
So the
man,
sword-
Fantasy style gunblade.
I don't have powers anymore! Don't shoot me, Jesus!
I was thinking, like, surprise! The sword, like, just
The
shoots
sword
out
pulls
of
out.
it.
Yeah, the sword pulls out a gun.
Like, the sword just, like, the blade just shoots out of it, and then it turns into
I have a gun.
That would be pretty cool.
Because if Percy could make weapons like in Ruby where they can change from one to another, like yes,
That'd be cool.
but
Cool.
not yet.
That's a project.
Right?
Yeah.
Project.
Need to get some blacksmithing help though.
That's me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jill's current project for this 2 weeks that we're going is to make Frey combat capable again. Since I don't like assuming, because because without the magic and without some other stuff, I assume you're just like a regular guy now, except you're gray and have gold
Regular
eyes.
fray. Regular fray.
Fair enough, regular fray.
So we gotta get you like somewhat better, because I guess you were part of a warrior band thing, but you're also a barbarian, and then you became a. So-
Yeah,
Ray
Ray's
has
been
had a
through
very
lot.
interesting
He's been through a lot.
experience in his life.
He's been through a lot of things. Jill,
Yeah.
Jill, go ahead and make for me.
Okay.
Since you're going to do this for the full 2 weeks, I'll give you advantage on it, so there's enough time to watch it. And Percy, you can actually do this too, since you said you're going to jump in on the foray. No,
Rounded.
nothing. You know
That
what?
was good.
I don't even care.
Rounded.
I don't even
Hopefully-
Chuckles.
All of you are crowded. Wait, hold on. Pull up
The pun
shit
wasn't
here.
lost on me. I enjoyed it.
There you go. Thank you. Bringing it back. I want you to make for me. This will work. I'm going to use this in a really weird way. Go ahead and make an athletics check and wisdom check.
Straight, I assume.
Yeah, just a straight wisdom check.
So I'm
Athletic-
for the
athletic and a
athletics.
wisdom.
Okay. I'll
No,
just
you
use
can
it.
you can make both of those with advantage. You too, Percy.
Okay.
Yours would actually be more acrobatics, Percy, and wisdom for the other one.
Okay.
So athletics with advantage for Geo,
Well,
wisdom with advantage for Geo, acrobatics with advantage for Percy, and wisdom with advantage for Percy. Since you guys are going to take the 2 full weeks to train with him.
So for the athletics, it's 14. I did not roll very well.
Okay.
And then for the wisdom, that's with advantage, so just remember that number. So 17 plus, what is my wisdom?
I think it's in a 1, so 18.
Yes, so 18 for the wisdom at least.
Okay. And Percy?
22 acrobatics.
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
And wisdom was a 14.
Okay.
I caught up on the wisdom department. You gave up on the weather physical.
Yeah, you guys kind of split the difference there.
Thank God.
So here's what I'll say. You guys do what you want with this information. But between Geo and Percy, what you would notice at the end of this 2 weeks is that, or through the course of this 2 weeks, let's say, is there's definitely a noticeable difference to Frey's fighting. It almost seems like it's a little harder for him to kind of swing his Terramall a little bit here and there. It kind of feels like he lost step. He's still swinging in terms of like for the course of for the conversation of like by raw his level he could swing twice, right? So he's still able to like swing twice in combat, let's just say for example, right? But there's lots of things that you guys notice from fighting with Frey before where, you know, especially when you're in his vicinity, you feel just being in his presence like a little quicker in your own step, let alone his. And it's interesting. There's this odd combination of it's almost like the tactics are all still there in terms of, you know, swinging twice or how he didn't forget how to swing a hammer. He still knows how to do that, and he still knows how to use. It just feels like there's definitely a noticeable difference from what has transpired with this mask coming off and the veracity and tenacity and power behind his strikes and the quickness of his movements is what I will say you both notice from your athletics and your acrobatics and wisdom battle tactics.
I'm almost okay with that because who knows how bad that could have been.
It seems like for the most part, the fighting side of things hasn't really left him. It's not like he just, you know, had a total brain fart, forgot how to swing an axe or anything like that. But there's definitely a noticeable difference in other areas.
But if the extra oomph was all Veyron, like, that's not good, especially with possession in the mix.
I guess I'll use Know Your Enemy for all of those things for the 2 weeks.
Okay. Can you pop up what that does?
I did. It's in chat.
Okay, cool. Start yourself with level. Okay. I mean, over the course of 2 weeks, I guess you would actually kind of get all of those things. So I will tell you what those are then. Don't let me forget to do that. He knows your enemy to his friend.
I mean, it's
know
just
your friend.
know your friend in this case.
Can I keep adding to my list of projects. Can I maybe try modifying some of the weapons to make them better for the new fighting style? Like if he's not as strong, maybe makes it a little lighter so that it's not as
Are you sure?
for him?
I mean, I guess since Ulcer, yeah. I was wondering about like if you need a workshop for that.
Well, depending on what you're trying to do, remember, it's not that... It depends on how big of a project you're trying to do, because Volt does have some tricks up his sleeve in terms of being able to work on some minor projects. Don't forget, though, if you do try to work on stuff, that will impede on how long it takes you to get back. Because 14 days that I calculated for you guys was minus any major setbacks in terms of your travel, your basic travel to get there. Anything you guys do additional to that would be on top of that. You can do talk it over the group, but it's 14 days straight normal travel to get there stuff.
probably would bring Volt and Alona in on it just so that I'm
You
not
can
stretching
certainly have
myself
this
too thin,
conversation, sure.
and just
I-
go over all my observations.
I would say it would probably be better for us to wait to alter any of his stuff in the city, just so we have a better source of like instead of like backwoods
But we can start
makeshift
planning.
armory. Yeah, you still plan,
Mhm.
but we wouldn't be able to really work on it since we're trying to get back there as fast as possible to help your brother.
Yeah. We're pretty much doing all these little things between those 3-hour breaks while our horses charge.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that's like at noon when the sun's the best. And if this clouds want to be an asshole, I'll just make a giant hole so we'll get sun anyway.
Mhm.
I'll just right asshole. Just so we get the sun still.
Just right that one spot. Is there so before I keep going on that, so
I did have something to do with sticks.
Okay, go ahead. This is
I
the
walk
3
over
that you guys are in right now.
Yeah, I'll walk over to sticks. So I don't know if you, because so I know that I gave you the tube thing, but I haven't seen you use it. Would you mind if I saw if it worked?
Yeah, sure. Just no, it's new. I'd not had a chance to use it. And I've
So
forgotten
I
the
built it.
boss fight.
No, you're good. So I built it the same way as my pod, and that one, whenever I had extra energy, I kind of just like focused it to the pod, and it kind of went inside. So I just want to know if I have to adjust it any, or so I just give it a try and then tell me how it feels. I'll see if I could tinker with it.
Yeah, I'll do some sword practice and charge the sword up with my usual blue flame and see if I can get it to work.
Cool. So by day 3, you guys would be kind of starting to head into this kind of like hilly area. You know, kind of like, let me pull you up a little bit. Here, I kind of like it there. So with that, again, not a lot of huge, forests or anything like that here. So there's nothing really to like make connection with, but you could still just kind of like basic sword maneuvers out here if you want.
I'll start doing the sword maneuvers and realize it's not working quite as well, and get Phlegaton or War Machine and spar with him, so tell him to attack me, sort of thing.
Okay.
It's actually a fight.
So as you activate your blue flames on your blade and start to swing it, the charges there's not much that can go into this tube. Again, this is kind of a version 1.0 that Volt put together for you based on his own contraptions from version 2.0, because you had your own and then the professor helped you with one, right? So between his own canister and the one the professor made for him and kind of tinkering with it on his own, it does seem that like through the connection from the sword to the tube to the contraption in the back, it's not going to hold a lot. I think we already talked about how much it can hold, right? And I would also say go ahead and make a just make a basic intelligence check on it, just for the sheer shits and giggles of swinging the sword around.
That's a total of 14.
14. You're not necessarily sure how much, but even Volt, while you're just watching this,
I'm watching and taking notes. Well, yeah.
What I will say is that, so you know that it holds 2 charges, but you're not necessarily sure if this thing can like overload or be cracked and broken from like fire in, fire out, fire in, fire out. Like you don't know if there's like a certain extent to like how much like we'll call it abuse, like usage and abuse it could take in like a fight.
A stress test?
Stress test, yeah. That's kind of what we're doing right now. A little stress test. Yes, thank you. Beautifully put. So I would say go ahead and make a tinker's check actually, Volt, since you're watching this.
Oh god. With what stat?
Intelligence?
Okay. That is an 18 plus 8, so 26.
26. Watching him swing this blade around and throw 2 charges into it and throw it back out and throw 2 charges into it, Styx, you definitely feel when you release the charges, there's like this extra little like whoop of like a shot from this arcane energy just exuberating itself out through the sword, right? From the prototype that you made so far, Volt, I would say one thing that you're going to want to start maybe thinking about is that once it gets to like 10, not 10, 5 times of doing this, like 10 charges, if you will, like 2 in and out, and then 2 in and out, and then 2. Once it gets to like that 5 or 6 range, it's not cracking or anything, but you definitely notice it's like, it's almost like the vacuum's full, you know, when it's like, it's just, it can't suck up anymore, right? Even though you've emptied it, it's like, it doesn't need to be cleaned out, doesn't need to be like reinforced and stuff. It definitely seems like somewhere around that like 5 or 6 release and let go, whether it be 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 or 2 at a time. It definitely seems like 1 and 1 gives less stress to it than 2 in, 2 out, 2 in, 2 out. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So I probably have to get better materials.
That's pretty high to know that.
Okay.
That. 6, you just feel that extra oomph every time you throw out 2.
Cool.
So maybe something to think about.
Yeah. When we get back to the group after that, which I'll walk into 6 afterwards, that was awesome. How did it feel?
It's definitely a bit more power to it. It's
okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anything that you think you would like changed?
No, it's all right for now. We'll see how it goes. See how it works in an actual life or death fight.
Yeah. I think I might try the material change. So I'm actually going to see if everyone wants to stop and maybe we can go grab some of that hexerite stuff that we saw the last time. So that looked like I kept a lot of heat.
Could be an idea. Well, can't remember where that mine was, but
all right, so I'll mend the container really quick, just do a little mending to like replace parts and put it back to where it was before the stress test.
Yeah.
Cool. And do you like the glove part?
That is very cool, the glove part.
Cool.
Well done, the design.
Thank you. A little pep in my step on the way back.
Okay. A new little mini project to work on. Yep, you got it.
Right, so when we get back to the group, would you guys mind if we detoured to the to that mine before we got back? I don't know if we passed it already. I'm really bad at maps. I'm coming back with the map and it's sideways.
Let's see.
Weren't we like kind of in a rush?
We are.
I just like really quick. I just need to like grab some and then we
That's
can go.
just quite a detour.
Is it?
It is too much of a detour, I think.
It's
like if we go like adjacent to it. If we go adjacent to it, would I be able to like bring someone and go fly there really quick and then meet you guys?
It's several days travel.
Yeah, I don't think that would work, my dude.
Okay.
Sadly.
Is it worth a few days?
It would be to replace the thing I made for sticks. And maybe armor for later on.
Is it
But if it's out of the way, then it's out of the way.
Is it urgent enough, or can we go there when we leave?
Right there.
Probably when we leave. This should be okay. I'll just have to keep watching it for now.
We'll head back there once we deal with whatever's in Nimbrick.
Okay.
Well, if you're needing it for crafting, and there is the wild phoenix.
Holy crap! I have blood iron shards.
Yes, I collected.
Would that work?
Myself.
I'm pretty sure blood iron.
Do we know how they?
We were going to use those as weapons.
Yeah. But okay, so it works for body parts. Body parts let off a decent amount of heat, so it definitely can handle a little bit of heat. Plus, you can forge it. I'm gonna just start mumbling in a corner.
Okay.
Doing math
during lunch.
Don't know how to properly temper it.
I do. I watched the doc and helped him make the prosthetic.
But wasn't
took
that
notes.
already?
No, he had to put it into. He had to refine it to make it into Geo stuff.
All right.
I also know how to make a prosthetic now, if we ever need it. I wanted to make sure that I could fix Geos in case that happened.
Huh.
Also give him spoons in there, because I think he needs spoons.
Well, if you have if you have enough blood iron, fantastic.
I might. Yeah, that's something I've definitely been messing with.
I only grabbed a small shard myself.
I grabbed 5 shards.
I only grabbed enough to stab in somebody's eye or something.
Wow.
Anyway, DM.
Yes.
One of these days, while we're traveling, I'm going to try to eat one of those crystal mushrooms.
Oh
Okay.
God. Oh
Okay.
God.
Okay. I dig it. In fact, at your day 3 noon lunch break, Volt is stress testing Styx's canister. Geel is, I'm sure, out hunting for the midday lunch. Percy is working on all kinds of Percy things. The talking to plants and animals telepathic bond is gone by now, which sucks. Frey and Ilona. Ilona, what are you doing in this little lunch break? Anything?
I have a conversation with Six at some point, but I'm not going to do it tonight because it's.
No. Okay, cool.
I gotta bounce in the next 2 minutes.
I got you. Okay. Well, so with that, day 3 noon lunch break. You guys have made your way out of Scavenger City. You have left the Black Crescent Moon woman off with the guards back at the train rails. You've made your way across the map. I almost saved it there. I waited till the very end. We will pick that up here next time as we see what's going to happen with the gearhearts as they traverse across the continent, and what's going to happen with Frey's beautiful face.
It's very pretty.
Thanks everyone for watching. Please come back next week and see what happens with this merry band of hooligans that I like to call my gearhearts. And see what other animals they want me to just throw out voices for as they just let them all talk. So,
we haven't hit up your boy Phlegathos. We haven't hit up your boy. God.
Oh, we know.
We did Acheron recently.
I'm gonna have to have a sit down with Acheron.
Yeah, I think it's
still
just
terrified of him.
It's just Homie,
Just
Bubbles,
Homie
and Warg Machine left.
Yep. All right. Well, I will work on that. Thanks everyone for watching. This is Fates and Fables, Gearhearts Rising. See you later. We'll see you next week.
We gotta still work on that.
Have a good night.
Bye.
You can't.